Good evening. Akwa Baba Jasu Jumedie. So we're live on OK 101.7 FM. So any partner radio stations I would do. We're live on High Radio, Virginia. You're live, Migachu FM Okukrin to me. You're live for Kings Jersey Radio. And you're live so on NASPA Radio. Any NASPA Radio and after Adafupa Media so pick your live so Belgium. All over the world, no. Or live. Also bet me joining also do there by Facebook and so your lady online, YouTube, any other platforms. Good evening, you. Jasu Jumedie, okay, 101.7 FM or Ship House, or Abeka Junction, ye streaming from there all the way across the world. You know, from a Vim lady now, and a Abeka job creation once because on my eye to meet now, Ranti and Mabawa, just because of Moko pay you my inti, or Muntumiko Wuno. That is a major issue. I was here, come and yet the bian baba politics gidi and then tokwasa ayo debi ye here say youth no ye benya edwuma aye na oman no faso so aba ye so e wo man nim na even papa ya na no e your frankoma ne okobo na yiri nyina job creation asemo because koba no adwuma papa bi a oya ne nsako na no o hia papa no necessarily a enko yes so obo no first one anko ba no bepe baby akoye adwuma eso takra obekọ akoton e de ahwe ne ma no enti oman no ye were critical issues about job creation. It was see enye adwuma ma ye mu see enye adwuma ma mema ye we see enye adwuma because mema to be braining nkofo awa chop money cry a problem. Chop money a problem. Enti na ebeka job creation no say but Nkoko Nkitinkiti versus 1D1F. You see every day bia meka say aban bia ba ena nkoye job creation ho policy na ye fa no ye prioritize ye no said ye prioritize your politics na and at least Ghana ye kuyenim kakra and ye kuyenim kakra in terms of creating jobs. Ain't in a 1D1F no, it was a very good policy. And at the president, I'm also there by Nkoko Nkitinkiti, which is another level of acceleration of job creation. Also good. Ain't it be a say the bay ask the sense yes, we should rather focus on Numa. Nkoko Nkitinkiti beti me create Ghana for because a beti me create jobs ama Ghana for Ghana for enyam faso. But how are we going to shape it? Because President Rawlings the time on onya quite so say Rawlings onya more years in Nkrumah. Nkrumah was a president for just a year, president, or then a prime minister time near there can one. He was just there for 57 to 66, 9 years. Rawlings in 19 years. Nkasa Nkoko Nkitinkiti ana 1D1F. You started Rawlings time one 19 years no and kenye nyuma. Instead so Rawlings time no nkofo futuboni. You see sometimes I nenya president for no. Eya na ye nkofo advisors na omo no. President Rawlings time a futuboni omo de man nti no. Eventually no President Rawlings time almost set up diversity implementation committee say in Nkrumah factories when say e be ye ni ye ni yanton. And a concept manjini ye say and can you say and tonke say oh yen diversify near ma bro from for music ambition na no private public partnership APPP ni bi na mfa so mraso be ye ton in factories ni na de bia me de super paper ye mfa so say me ya akola e wo tema na tema super paper a toilet roll na ye adwuma kra no de me ame betoy e me fa nkrofo ene super paper egu ene toilet roll Ghana for you use tissue ni ade use 99.99% na edifi China na beton ma yen super paper negu. That was the only toilet roll adwuma enu and enye super paper so ye toilet roll nko na super paper da hwede na ye toilet roll no ahwede na mo kofa ne central region akuafo na oho no so ye job creation ye create ama omo no ye kofa no ho na mo chim hu ya ma hwede no achimu na sugar ayi esichire no mo de aye commander sugar factory na ye de chaff no abatema be ye super paper toilet roll ho ye gu ni nyina nti now 2 companies ni ye gu no nti imagine 1,000 and super paper for commander to super 1,000 2,000 youth 2,000 ranti and maba one company adwuma now they are home. This is how job creation system now. That's how we must visualize it. Super paper one camera and maba many adwuma yen. It's when you hear us talking about job creation, make us so when they omo politics intimidate. Why problem? When here your choice. But I'm saying, say, on minded rube beer, I was here to me shepanya, you be fast, you be ye, you see, even Ghana youth, you know, as we speak now, you work ethical because training and car, obi ko school, crank, senior high school, no, starting a vacation job, big kakra, only university, no, what a juma work ethic, or tia juma said ye, juma, HR systems, corporate structures, or tia say, nebi ho. Inti ene abroche ni binye sika kakra no be store mo obi a obi be wia no, cause nipa ni work ethic. Ni dia ne se yenwia no ne empa brochire bi nko yenwia no ne empa connection bi nko yenwia ne so mfa nko. This week there was a video that was trending of this young man we be store sumienu na kwabrane a wafa na adwuma awie mu ne nyina phones ene ntade we wia no so de ko Canada wie ya we senya the confidence and the boldness. The ness, he has the ness. Abegina camera so say I want me do kabia me kwa broche me ba betua o kana ka broche ni ska gu fom. But this is the youth. Enwuma ni wono mo benye bia ye nti oni training oni work ethic bia onim se de so bia adwuma ma ye bi. Ye no ma ye nkola ye nya kwan tonton ne ma ye adwuma kakra ye ne wo me over brache ko prikola me ye adwuma ho ene an me ye adwuma busa multimedia desperate o de multimedia kwa na me spending more ye busa. Ye mfra me kra me wa adwuma. Ya obi apon no na mete ho obi ada na me ho ya to me dia dia bosu ko ba. That is what when you nya training ho a that is the work ethic that you pick up. So so obi adwuma mu a wo so wo je no wakoma nyina ene wa ho de nyina. Enti Nkoko Nkitinkiti policy no mamo never again should we see anybody laughing about it. Ye mom say wo de wo suggestion bi afaka oni en shape na mo am nko nanim. Baomia cover digitization, but we love that Baomia digitization. They creating jobs for abroad in other countries. Bibia and free a political party, but we are so quick to condemn it. It's a neighbor job creation. So even a Greek, yet na Nkoko. Yes, say Nkoko because of Galamsey near their politics. NDC has not been able to fight Galamsey. So sad. Politics, NDC, the Galamsey, ye yentino. Omun to me fight Galamsey now. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. You can blame them sort of. Politics, unnecessary politicization. See about Biabe di peche. Ya ba be mama ye. Oh, and so Nkoko no nanki secure Nkoko. And Nkoko bet me up. And let me see in the next 10 years, Ghana will not be a premium producer of cocoa because in the Cambodia. Near the Munina bro for now, Misco Mudi be Brazil, Mudia Coco be China Credia Coco nibi. And yet, ya say, I just say, yen say your cocoa in your fine Galamsey because Galamsey no a gold maiska. But we preserving in Equatorial Guinea yet Ghana and Equatorial Guinea Befa, Ghana this year, Mr. Odum. No, a deputy minister president 4 times, so Uncle Bow because Equatorial Guinea for oil, but they don't want to just focus on the oil into a more munuia cocoa. Yeah, dear. Cocoa na asum ye na broni be yenti en say cocoa no. Let us not focus on the cocoa mu yenye Galamsey. Na katwa niti na to go ni wi na ba beje udok no kwa. Ubehwe how we will survive as a nation. It's job creation no. Missy cocoa farm 90,000 a from planes a great ke be 2,000. We nka you to be anyone why ye military crowd recruitment obekwa akosala mu. And so we have killed 6 girls. 6 young women ye kumomo. Because of yanya or minor selfishness. This is the nation that we have created. Mema, good evening. But you see, we can also talk about an issue, without talking about MPP for me. Or more primary say, them say, Mammy, not to share a word. Not to share a word, the papa, just say, minim, Senano Gideon, walk on some cocaine, I cannot touch in a while, but I cannot get almost as a more lose election. Mamma found the Shabby Seminar, Mark also election laws to be not. Enyame common fund nankasakra mose manche chenti ye go lose election busa go foyata or the common fund the cat here sana ye co position ti nyame don't come and blame me for anything enti ade en game na ye because see na atosha switch come from Baomia echo a friend saying Ken come and me dem ye temani so I'm all for tema people but na atoshi you see MPP for last election no be any say na atoshi come be choose as running mate because Enka Greater Accra region, which is one of the key constituencies MPP for Luzu here. Greater Accra region soonekuta the highest population, the number of registered with Greater Accra region pan door so the whole Ghana. And so MPP for swerve no, Baumia swerve no the come a year first napo. And unfortunately, Accra will lose the Ashanti region, so MPP for vote to suit because NDC gained in Ashanti region. It's technically you can in the general sense. You say MPP lose Ashanti lose a friend saying Greater Accra region because if you lose your stronghold Ashanti region, who to me lose 5%. No, it was even about 5% of the total vote to Ashanti region. It is quite a sizable number of votes. No. So what you say? And one ankasa na atochi why we jadada say one man choose as running mate, because for the first time NDC were running mate. It would have been very good for MPP2 to have gained running mate. But me busa about me team, one of the things that they were also saying is because atochi the minority group and he say about me and minority group as candidates, so they thought that napo from a majority group, which is a majority region. I want to almost strong good, perhaps and also be fully voting. Obviously, at the end of the day, the results by no and Kobano or Mopeno. It's in Atoshina we jadada on Prof. And no man sanko blame so no na wako na where release the district assembly common fund. And I'm away akobanti say was such a camp cocken and all corner style be or Baumia yem. And I feel sorry for Baumia because they didn't do any sad or soon takacha indeed. Baumia and Casa so pressure than so. But you see, it also boils down to not necessarily that one to sue Natoshi as running mate. I think it's also about managing relationships. Into Baumia, they nipa to me satisfy Obia, but managing that relationship na Natoshi one. Managing for that matter, nipa ako mudi waiting. Yes, Baumia was so bad. Nipa na ako mudi waiting. One way I to back cross carpet to and from now on, Baumia must also put extra effort. Now I see that and I say, oh yeah, yes, or Konechi, we are no a friend. Manage those relationships, no. And that's what somebody because look at somebody like Dambotre. Where is Dambotre now? Because last election, no supported by Omiya campaign last minute on no who grounds them as a forming your battle or moon we know no assign or doing. But now this is a new period of campaign, but not double a year chibium. Lord come and a day no more. Baumia, you must also spend effort, time in managing relationship of people around you. And your people around you, some key people in your team. Sometimes so much pressure and if you ignore some people and then no never money no akwako di camp way, no akwako di camp way. No. That's free advice for you. That's free advice for you because they are now are starting all between, and this is the injury time. So extra time very serious. Between now and January, anything can happen. And so now to me fully delegates now what Greater Accra region. She's me minimum whatever. She's very resourceful, she's very articulate, she's solid. Or to me, fully delegates Accra from Greater Accra region, the one about me. But the point still remains, say, now to free Baumia camp, free Baumia camp. Right now, as it is, so check it track, no, say, see, I said the Etiana, Baumia is still in the lead. Baumia is still in the lead. Open as a mum, me Baumia camp, mini Oken camp, mini Aduchu, mini Obia camp, mini Nimba Champon, mini Obia camp from. But if you check the system as it is now, Baumia is still in the lead. But from now, over say November, the we have a year friend saying December and January, anything can happen. But as of November, Baumia is still in the lead. It can team must also do more if you want to overcome Baumia lead, and take that lead now. And munya last minute work in Kahon. You need more people. You need more people to help you because MPP a crown. I say I'm not opposition crime MPP also come to me yet. And granted, they have to finish their own work because there's fire on the mountain. If they cannot deal with the fire on the mountain, and we see what will happen. We will see what will happen in this election. But it's a contentious primary. This is a primary. I say a race. No, still I said and I know the and it is a race between Baumia and Ken. Oma Kenny, I said by the champion. Oh, show a ye kakra, but still, and it's a race between Baumia and Ken. It's a race between Baumia and Ken. Omo Makani a 2028 game and Omo play. They are all doing say 2032 near the Omo ba and a binu on my running mate idea or more baomia ken. This is I didn't close, but still baomia will upper hand. That's what I'm telling you. Baomia. If you look at the ground, baomia will upper hand. To be any homework. Because what upper hand only upper hand near my betty son. Near my betty son. So this is just near yemfa conversation go near penny phone in number near a year first and Nkoko Nkitinkiti versus 1D1F. Job creation ben here create me a youth no. I'm on mine up to my paper because we cannot go on like this. Say a man table to me a baba when you start a bar shower because a many we must do better than that. Ghana, a youth no, it deserve better than what we are giving them. Just mediani. One Tiana and Common and Penny for no Traders Advocacy Group Ghana or more General Secretary Ananapoku Hanum say Stephen Jesse so Stephen Jesse Ewaha or you major advocate for youth employment pushy fat onokra agri kasemi are making very passionate about agri ma or yeah a agribusiness conference now no more back or Canada they want to do it annually every year. Because I was here to me a great practices or moya na broche and they said you bet me improve your system near there because Ghana to me because when your madam will say a horse and cutlass and horse farming na ye wa no MY work when be aso I was here to me and do better than what we are doing for your youth no into my mama good evening near kwa baba jasu you made this
good evening.
Good. Aye, me too catch it. Who are there?
Nyamiadum, you are holding.
Ajaboku mpacho so here. Ajaboku wadu mu microphone nti ya no what's your microphone na mama.
Okay.
Great,
yes, Adaroma. Yes, Adaroma.
Good one there. Now, you and it's Amashada in Nkoko Nkitinkiti 1D1F. These are all policies here. O share President Mama call back to the document no the buy and all banner. Also the document be a brain, the end to say. President Mama banner this ye buy President Mama agenda, social contract agenda. Now, major part of this agenda, any big push, and in Nkoko Nkitinkiti, some flagship program or the buy. Now, but I na take a panning in any assembly job creation. Inti President Kufuor so 1D1F no agenda work no job creation. But they all have the agenda, but materialization of agenda na nyina kwa problem. Inti young custom, but before I become some so because over the last 30 plus years, and this NPP now govern your mind. Just a quick one on NPP for primary senior because leadership next policy crom the beba say job creation. A bank connect here konya so na be kire policy credit beba na boku ground only a 24 daily every day ground are they concerned about MPP primary and inform
Vim mamincha etiefo nyina anwumre ene adwadifo a etie OKFM anwumre ene jaso fans programming womo nkonya hokra all the time omudi program na chi bisa ya medase say asema o Ghana SM frama we ye day ebe fa ho itimu ogidie yie se adwadifo no womo so ade omani di de ekonachi na odo asoto forma na utie womo a obia fair play so no because omo pe unity of MPP NDC enye MPP nkuni pesa unity na ma o itino womo concern kese pa ne say fair play ebe ye adwuma ama ena anyese ena obi akọri ballot box ena obi sanye mani nyina omunyi mfiri na fair play enye adwuma di obenye bia mi ogidie yie say adwadifo o manage politics ho omo edo omo support ebe ma wo omo no omo de be ma wo sa na mi hu.
Okay. Stephen, mami musa so only diaspora for bebre enya nkita ude mo so na over the last 30 years it was a Ghana governance na kasa diaspora for so abemu pa bebre omo ba be ye adwuma e wo Ghana Oh, shepherd from President Kufuor asabi no munyina fi diaspora and mobile. So only
Okay.
engage here. Almost only interested the eco MPP the man and form who say Ghana need their say.
Oh, I think so. Diaspora for interested, as Papa, yeah, Papa Kai. Obia, you're interested in whatever is happening, or yeah, political ecosystem, ne, or mining umpunto. Sebi, enye even Kragana for pay and kwa. Or my baby, no, obia share economy, potential, be honoma, or mobile leverage all the time, especially in the private sector. Intino, obia monitor. Aban bia bia no adwuma se no mo bom homodin job creation mu accountability, all the various things that make a very good government. Sabi governance the bia obi anu on right everywhere, but yeah no problem say it might be bebre omadu anim onima so bempe so bebre. And that's for no bia they are very interested in this to see how this whole thing is going to play. For them no obia per se ye create environment ebe boa se Ghana be thrive because obeba sebi obeba broche abetena se abeko school this or yeah juma say business obia ultimate aim say bia dachi bia they will look back home. But one say obi utna broche cha system na build you to certain way. It may be out bad na no man you might not have it perfectly. So what you say senior, but at least there's certain basic and you may be who expect it to be right. And you're right, a little bit frustrating for a lot of them. Instead of doing a bar, I told you you're standing very well, then they go back. It's not like they don't want to come. Yes, they might not play politics at core with it, but share what is going on but they are very, very keen monitoring and very, very interested. Diaspora, that's the way very, very important to the diaspora community, especially Ghanaian diaspora community around the world.
And but I don't know whether political parties now what Ghana in teacher I can see an NDC and people I almost say diaspora for if you for a jump for what ground so because normally they do primaries say it's all about them. Delegates so no mukoko aso sikombeji de make us say omajeba omesika de ajeba ken sika de ajebra na champo sika say kwa de bi more dollars na no brand champo nkasa na man hu say oh $2. You know, a drew one man, not delegates in Cocoa, but once any okay, there's a bigger picture. You the phone pay. No, Pokuba can by interest rates. And you the concern about your money, Kofaniema. It affect your money, buying policy, no. And the influence how I buy the better, so be prioritize the exchange rate and I buy prioritize job creation or be prioritize trade. Nana Poku can last week about a harbor duties. Remember, by so COVID-19 levy where you go. But a good for the time that was so into all these things, no party me bad. I think that almost good primary so they should look beyond just almost party interest. And I'm not going to okay, Steven now.
You see, I think say the political parties, major ones, players in the lead front of our Ghana politics, they've studied the system and look at the voter mindset, they are thinking, and they feed them with what they want, and they have a chance to sort of like get away with a lot of things. So because you see your issues, social issues, your education level, then look at the population, the number of people who understand this whole governance system, the politics, and how it is. But people just look at it at sometimes maybe their constituency, any what I call like that local mindset thinking. We're not thinking beyond our borders, thinking beyond. Say we are in a global world. No matter whatever we are doing in Ghana, we are connected into a world. That's why I see a investment. But other than Ghana, how I say pay investment pay. We want to work with the world. Politicians say, okay, as for last time I think I was listening to some of the politicians, I don't want to mention name. Ghana for the own marketing particular political part person we are on one signboard. I mean, this sort of thinking, instead of us to talk about ideas like what you are talking about, and even engage, I would have preferred, say, even this primary CI is going to be done by the National Patriotic Party, right? they should have done to say be a town halls near there, like the way I bear to say be a major election. Yeah. Debates near the end. Let's engage. Engage
Okay,
with
now
the
come
people.
debate among the candidates, no?
Yes, and let's even see it just also even give them an edge, you know, for people to understand like they're thinking. Say, hey, yeah, about maybe they feel that this time around the vote is mainly targeting the people that will vote for them to have the leadership. So maybe that is why they are how do you call it?
But a good idea now, because delegates to Obama, yeah, the general population will vote for you too.
Precisely.
Come on, yeah, debate. I know be a who be a general deba.
Precisely. You know, while Benya Francano to lead a party in Kwampon, you set a base. People look at it, say, look at what has happened in New York here. All right, recently. Look at this young guy. All right.
Yeah, Magdani, yeah.
People thought that, oh, you know what? The guy couldn't do anything. He couldn't get do farm. But look at what he has done. What he did was that he preached about something that people wanted, back with research. Or call back bisa President Trump for no vote. Then what I say, Mona move voting me President Trump. And then vote him up. And they talk about like affordability. I don't know here. So he crafted his message to meet what the people really want. So look at the numbers. I mean, like he went into this battle with very, very highly experienced politicians, all right? But he was able to craft something, sell his message very well. That cut across, irrespective of somebody being a Republican or a Democrat or something, but it's just looking at the people of the city. So I think we can adapt some of these things to fit our local context in our political system.
I think I heard that you are right. Now, Bogu, what do you think? I think Kayenya debate. I think MPP primary, so NDC primary, so not Kayenya debate. So who it is a next election, Julius Debrani, Siadun Ketiane, a great minister. A debate among NDC, MPP for so Ken versus Baumi. I know my debate no be who say. Mo we need primaries we are more shiny a Ghana for United say oh. It's I didn't say business about exchange rate. What you say? Well, no so any bad idea.
On say, Minuing Medana say, I control amaneni ebie. I control atre na shiemu ewa na dream. Na yenya ye wahano. Instead say, ye de best practices. Ewa mia ebeye jumano. There be ya create enmity among ourselves. Primaries here ekosi. Hypocrisy by high standard. Say like your jai will be within 2 minutes. The shanabua ebe yaton. Uso ma enso. Oh, they don't see it say a platformer. Ya de chichire o mine. Starting from the political parties arena. Now, bar bedroom national, they don't see it too. Yenya hano, the Yehuni say, a kuturubo. Say, Oyonkum, asem new chrome to Cochichra sem, ya bid do yiratem, na ye do matem, na ye cansema emfata. Me feel say, and yet standard politics, and I ye ukruman. Eye bibibia etra sebi mempese me use word so mempese me use because I have crown na foolishness there minyi say Africa ebenya ho aduru ama na boaye we are so foolish say there minua yi kan nyese bia politicians o muntio utumu se panimu bitini dance akola nyansa on the dream yay mani pia bonten na ni refi na ni nyina so is kani brena egwomu no because omu ba politics nim se omu be peska omu ba nso a te se de minua yi kan enam se oma tilt yen brains towards certain aspects We don't ask the rightful questions.
But son, I'm not when you know, so no matter against at least in the end, you baby, and think I bet me. I say, okay, so politicians are cramped, so me, I the people, no. Yeah, catch them some debate, my name who say, oh, about Greek, I wasn't anything. A bag and I'm saying, I wasn't anything.
Vim, oh, Hano, now I dream will be a pa. But she said, be a trap. So, Nimza. So, America.
I went to Obua, yeah. I went to Obua, yeah. Just travel and see. Oh, man, can quite penny for no cars.
Dudwana, a good Hano. Woman, sa exposure. And a woman, Akonya exposure, no, or politics, no, say. You have a chunk of 4 years, you. Yet to me, yes, can it be? Yet to me, not that woman be. Let us keep them as they are. Tis a yamia nyawadom am one free. Aquaria will so am one copenim dear. Tis said ye, Modi Casaya. Them, actually, but Uber inside the head.
You're right.
On a maybe program is a branch about Kofi something of standing election. I'm sure, or yeah, economists kakra.
Oh, Kunadu, you have Kofi Kunadu, yes.
Na oka, onu odike, omukana msodike.
Oh, Kofi Krantin, okay, Kofi Krantin.
Kofi Krantin, thank you.
Yeah, on also yeah.
We can say Kofi. Someone nye asempatre ewu kroma. Na se musumu the political new party ba. Mumru bia. Because internet now teswa odi your campaign. Ye check Ghana mu 1,000. Ni assign yi baako ni ebubum another 1,000. Kakra bi na anadwi omuti. Because ne documents council ya onkoto data. So detail. Iti no nyamioni mnivim nyese bianka yentimi nye. Te said ye minye akunhuna ochire. But nipa dodo na ewo kuro no mu no. Omo mindset no. Just say nyame bam.
Yeah, I know there you have a point. Mama, if Prof there know he's lived through a Nkrumah time no many idea answer na Prof mama akwaba.
Yo mejo so no fast.
Prof the same way unia wo fast na ode adwenche bia but nka MPP for primary see omuye. Nka omunye a debate. Nanka because unya dan a we need primary see we be govern Ghana nyina. Ti ebia ne job creation ye kan wasem se mrantie nya adwuma nye. Ebia ne se na no emaya be 6 omako wu Prof. Just like that because adwuma ni wonti ye soldier recruitment. Ade a wo ba abroche punk of for chokra se omonko recruitment no.
Exactly.
Omako ama nipa nsia. Prof nye se ni nkwa nipa nkwa nye se wo ko heaven aba wa wu nipa nsia oma wu. Enti na dwen ne se nka be ya nka ti se primary NDC na eyo MPP na eyo na ka aye debate ni ahwe se wo adwene ne se wo job creation wo so adwene ne se Prof wo dwene ho se sa Prof go o de we
Okay yeah nka sa
wo dwene ho se nka primary level no na koma ye debate ni ehu nipa na dwene o de ba ansa na ya tokra ma no ho cause I say the prime minister da ni sika for delegate say omonji nkodi.
Okay mo mantie emfrim fiti ase no na me nam kwan so ba but question na be some no yeah because debate ni dia wo mo ye na ne atie ni say eduru ho a obeka bibi se we na obeye hwenya yankwachi na nado oso oba obeye na obachi wo mo a ye wi o man sika gum oh ene yentoma no nipa se na okire wo sabi nipa kuru atimi di ewuo mo bia ho say yes akwa na di ewue wanya wo mo hwe ohun asam ne dia ne kan na adin na madwene nwa ho say yen no sabi ye bu baby say adidi da na ye nyesa enya
didi preko
but Ghana no aban besisi nipa saa ade abachi ami ato aba na wapa nchine mako kako kakra totobi kakra bro kakra bibi kakra no da beda da na esichire kan ho amana siase de oh meto ama otoma owia na no ano no ene kra de yase ba bi ho a wom sika de ma ono ya bodu aguso it is oje no anto amane a ebenyaw eni ene.
But Prof, your man phone ne penny sa na said na na pokuke politicians na chimi adwene. Enti ade nka debate nka ye nka bebo aye yo. Ba ye nkodwene ye no ho ne ye adwene bibi fofo nti ye ne ye penny sa se wo momre ye sika because sika no bebra o 20 cedi na je so no wa wi ade abro sa.
Oh, no, the sika de ma won wo sika wo wi a ena o de bra wo.
Enti Prof free yen the people the voters ye ne ye penny sa na politicians na aye sa.
Medium say yan ya pen sa.
Yep.
One more back run yet me pam wo mo a nkaye. Hwe obogu die nkwada 16 awu. Mu nsi ho anya hwe. Mu nipa 8 wu ya fe amanfo akankaka. Na mu de ani wu akọ sa fe ne ekọ konsolo. Na o se nko pam ayifo no kọ ho no. E de no be ma mo. Nkwada ya wu mo se o mo wie. Vice President wante ho hwe. E de bio. So ho enti yan timamfo no. O say ye hwe asetena mu yie pa tete no wizia bra nkroma banku ye no na omo yes Center for Civic Education o say nkroma niam bi o ye niam bebre but akwan bi ho de Ghana for fa so a na nya kura sabe abrofo kura omo di ye so a na ye nuan no omo anya sa enti mo mi educate ye ho na ye hunu say yes oman no ye nyina de anya ba akofo de a Center for Civic Education. Mu Google amobehu. Ekosi san. Africa na etwe ho dinatem. So what they power or the yes. Oh, enti ye no yesi den ye dua bo na ase den. Chese ye no yem pen kratie. Yem pen kratie. Na se ade ase ye tie no kra pa ade a anka enyema ekoso no. Enya sane ne ye pen no. Hwe 2024 elections yi. And this is for common fast on my way. Media still yam in Tiasia. My Nkoko report me can be, but me feel say a more ration on me. They couldn't find just a one or government to a woman. It's never be a hokran and you went on to minka. And you went on to minka no buaguso. As I say, ya bass a ye, young ya, Sahana Bakwa, cause he said, Bibi Bessie. So, and Ghana for no see ya chisan yadwene adidi da na ye ba mi ona mo kanasa Canada na mo kanasa
but when na Steven so kasenka debate no would have been better because they say ano the omo ko nyina omo ni delegates ni na kasa directly and the delegates the omo ko nyina e chede yom na poku kan na poku ti ono oni adwadifo na daily every day so no exchange rate ehia no
yes
port duties ehia no prices ehiano inflation ehiano how are you building factories here facilitate even uncranked business owners because nipa egu okan shi eni aboso okan nom ne despite num crop we see mo bia 1 million post for the so na be factories crank ye be factories be dey ho
yes
but one say yeah this system no na Steven can say yeah because adwini ni nyina ye so much political it's ye nyini other ones no
yes.
Well, when the Prof, what do you question Ghana for? How are the Ghanaians to blame when the parties nanka some person this is a suggestion party for news so say this year you be debate into July that mechanic they are obedi president or the war a shedun peta mechanic all his political experience or we need then or the intina kind this year NPP so aye till before cranny pani be winning no nim na dwene
Yeah minchuano on said the last Mahama wanje debate what you excuse anoma say Baumianya level no afan ho adi say Nkoko Nkitinkiti campaign any 24-hour campaign ye ehena ede o man oko and so yes see wo mo so yakeka nsam ya chinchim wo mo adwente no o mo gitum mu and o ma ben na timi develop so say Nkoko Nkitinkiti no de man krofo ukokura bia se a wo bia won Nkoko ya sabe otukosi o manage oh enti enipa na dey say
Nkoko Nkitinkiti for say good policy
oh and yet we don't even call it policy. It's a scam if you want that Me na make chiro.
By Prof, when I am professor, by what definition?
I didn't about mine. I did. Ya mobi anko 1,000 kra dey no mo de baye.
Na so mo beye Nkoko no na Prof.
Ah. Na
one na no be kan for a champion ma ye say wo de wo hu a champion system no.
yes.
Mama ye Nkoko Nkitinkiti dey similar to champ operation feed yourself no.
No.
Be 1,000 kwa na onye omo na so ni area ho. Omo tumi nya Nkoko ni bi eto at a cheaper price. I say any good.
And community ben no money portrait farm or Ghana. Community ben. It's just a duplication of efforts. Community ben no money portrait farm. But there mo amutie ni ye. Uwa kura asekura ni pa portrait farm. A champ operation feed yourself no. Just say enye say you wo do ufrefo mba na wokọ no akodo. Me do bi, me do banchifuo, me do bode na sabin kran na obi ho ane dachi. No the bode si ho. Ubekọ na so fe. A champ operation aduane bui e wo Ghana.
Okay.
Aduane bui wo power ni pan wo ya dwuma wo na wo serve wo hunti. Wasi fifre ni ahoto. Wo ya na wo ahoto. Ohun enye wo jina kuma se de Nkoko edian.
Okay, Prof, me soma me na ade ehwehwe so kakra because we champon. But Abranti be some audio mention they say he agrees with you, Prof. They okay, but nana boku me remember one answer my cost saving ho. Even cry before that no I say debate in there enya there is the people Ghana for now say empower the also supported that issue. But what do you think about it? Because they call it job creation the NMO.
Vem medase. A kwan bi so me Professor ya adwen. A kwan bi so no me chia kakra afri de oka no. On say President Champon operation feed yourself concept na nanka omo pese omo replicate. Enke ya de papa Prof di ohunu bi me at that time na misua nti ma hunu yie na ade a de ye beto ya ye kenkan ye no aduane bui te se de wo ka na pepepe emrantie nyina ko hye kuamu efi se a jump on the policies big go na ebo sa operation feed yourself no buy o se mo se mo pe bata pe wo ho munua pe
ai
minkra bata ema ne magana because min fa Ghana ska enkokra mo ema ebra ya wasase ebetimi adua enti so se o ye Nkoko Nkitinkiti granted aya hoto enya na e was say yenya factories or ebeye receptacle amasa Nkoko Nkitwe.
Okay.
Na se wo ye no munyini a odu omo akọ jiska. Vim what you say?
Okay. Omo better factories omo better Nkoko no.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I told you better sausages and bibia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Inti yemi say won say san hyehyeye no abani di gu akwan mu ansana ye ko che a friend is say omo friend is say
Nkoko no. Chickens no.
Our technical name are farmers and different. They're old chicks.
They're old chicks.
Yes. It is actually no yedigu. This is where this whole direction is failing. Nanka ofia Prof asemo okana. Ose mikra mi yebi. Etinka vim mikra so ametiyen. Ka me Nkoko ni bi na ma yen because minim ye say semi free galamsey site. Ebe fia e was say minya bibia metumi dia exchanges ka because asema abagana ye tutu amna ye sign niema nyina eiskasem emrantie no ahunu fashion emrantie no ahunu perfume ehwam emrantie no anim se oto ka no otrema nani je the direction should be say me criticize the way na rantie no atimi anya sika e de ayede e de afrim It is a mitimi Nkoko na mitimi yen baako 30. Na mi wo baabi a mekọ akọtọn no a menye sika. Adeti na na menye ni yie. It is also operation feed yourself. So Prof Ebeshemu Kra. There was a deliberate policy. So men kra adie ne mfama. Etin kasa adie we ya ye. That means he said the ratio within important chickens and I said already made chickens na ayen kuko fru na free abontemba. And Kayebejaya anu no.
Yeah.
Because it was set on as our policy, no, and I said she say no program no a directly at the end.
Okay.
So
okay, point is I'm pedo factories be anyone ma. Yeah, Nkoko ni we beto. Now this kakra so bank for some no policy ni ndimu ensi ye. Atosi.
Yeah, ni akumu didi a. Some Nkoko be from Ghana for. We have to make money. I mean, as a business person, so all the signs you say way too many more. I'll first look at it. Say, if I'm a sika,
what's the need for me? Okay,
What I say?
Etino
see, I say, Mrantiano, ye pesi a you omu free galam say side. I tell you, a brand TV frame office ya catch them say, Nana, and your galam say no benya kume because me nyai. Matimia ye de si dan. Obia ya banjuma on in life. Okofie akobre asa wu aka ho. Untimi to apartment even condominium kro onibi. Etino so ma ya nhwe nhihye ni yie. A edisika bibibia omo ye edisika bebre youth no. Ama youth na adwen Daniel hu say, oh sana kro kum nipa. Etino medem nse akokeken. Dachi bi ebia mekura mewu deformed children. Oh, I was see a proper communication.
Okay.
And the ma omuni you omu ba ebia adiana obeye no obetumi anye sika ayede afrim. Na say yentumi anye sa niema we nyina. Na ye fiti prekope ni akọ lunch ni aye pageantry. Adamu asio Nkoko Nkitinkiti enkosi aga. Eho ena me ne Prof
okay. Stephen, my member when I'm but when I agree conference near the Abroche Ghana now we are pushing job creation through even agree. What do you think about the concerns here and penny union every at the end of your money nimu me money tosi na I think na poku point no say the I tosi because at the end of the day no akoko e be we di enum de go bia obi. But to create some livelihood, that can even solve galam. I like the point now. Nana pogo de ba say, and no kabe timia solve galam say no. Steve, what you saying?
Okay, our main chair my being when it comes to job creation and specifically and agriculture. No, let's be honest to ourselves. I think say methodology governments aba akunina the use for job creation, as a country we've got it wrong. We have to accept the fact we've got it wrong, because like he said, you better launch programs, NAPCO, and all these programs we've all been involved with.
Youth in agric,
yes,
youth in farming.
But the question is, if you check the data right now, kakra minim kakrano, it's in billions. If you convert that billions to the output of job creation, you can't even measure it, because when we do these things, we don't put any monitoring systems in place that are able to mean justify the program where and not saying, can you point to me as a journalist any report you've seen on impact report of any job creation intervention in Ghana?
Well, if you were, but and done by Ghana government, World Bank
yes,
country report.
But yet, World Bank reports in the crowd. But I've seen those projects. People have been involved in that. Yeah, even must spend research the outcomes. Somebody might apply to that. Look, let's be real to things, okay? Buying me beside Mrs. Sia is not a business of government to create jobs. The government have to just be straightforward and sincere to that fact. So what I say, job creation, a private sector ene be den ebe create adwuma no.
Enya aban business.
See, the government should stop that. Say those era no etwem. Say those are buying kosi factory, are buying kosi say. Main fan to ye kakra be able to measure film. New York City highway, okay? A BBA ni hanuma, it's owned by the city and now by owning. But it is the fastest or the largest global top city in the world. The GDP of New York is about $1.2 trillion per year. They don't have gold. They don't have oil and gas. Omuni kind of saying, whatever, all these natural resources, agriculture, the big way that we have it. But look at what is happening here. It is the private sector here that is driving that economic growth that at the bottom line brings a job to the people. Say, enable businesses, you know, to create what I call high impact companies, businesses. Absorb youth now, they want to work, and also enable the young people who also want to create the jobs that can also hire people. Let me put some factors into Nkoko Nkitinkiti factor. We can look at it from some mirror. At this point, I look at it as a little bit stop measures, but and yet sustainable in that strategy. Okay, because as I speak to you, MasterCard Foundation, Ghana funding on various organizations and government per se, even individual NGOs are, and they're focused on agriculture. It's about $200 million grants.
MasterCard for Nkoko votes got $200 million.
Yes, you can check the record.
Me baba MasterCard for years and projects.
Yes, so about $200 million. The question I keep even asking myself, all this capacity that we are building, where are the people going to go next after this? Agriculture is not a child play. It's a big economic transformation thing that Ghana, I think, says one of the things I see as a competitive advantage as a country. Creating jobs are on that. That alone, even for a year, 300,000 jobs can come out easy. But the question is, you see, if you don't educate people about the value chain of agriculture, I feel say we need to still push and get whether the youth or the country to understand what are the economic opportunities and what the value chain of poultry, you know. And yes, me be here Nkoko Nkitinkiti no. Obi so ko be o me Nkitinkiti, obi so be say okay, me set processing na the amount of Nkitinkiti na me do some level. Obi so be take it up from somewhere to process that into sausages, into different consumable products. If Ghana determines to see I say every district be your agro processing parks, which will fit into the agricultural commodity what that particular district now. A day way and yes, government and say a government be say okay, member setting investment and now say member me underwrite setting loans or whatever it is. Banks, financial institutions can give our entrepreneurs and now say private sectors need to drive this. Meaning you change this type of things will keep working in circles. Job creation ain't happening.
It's when I deal in a way and I don't know why John Dumelo ni other people they don't know this thing because they're okay. It sounds so the same thing. No, at a private sector because they're okay fantastic. They can say our factory beer. Yeah, Nkoko Nkitinkiti you know at all. Or say the sausage. Government it one.
I think the last week or something I saw some information. Government saw probably processing. You see, the government is having the ideas, but the execution of it, you know, for me, I don't think say government yes, factory no baby sini krampo. What it is, okay, look into the country. More research who say okay, ebia Darko farm so and I say why farm so whatever farms are over the right structures, the right systems, so you better scaling it up. Near put investments, you know, into them properly. And yes, investment is so I'm off on this kind of number. What has happened with exim issues? It's not that. That will do the right commercial investment into that. Government never back it up, and then they drive that processing at the end of the bad. But a buying, you see, and because a buying the two the campaign, I'll create a jobs, I'll create a job. That is why it becomes a problem for them. It is not in their requirements, say, create jobs, you know. There's something that I wrote about who can't subject to it to me, which I want to share with you on this job creation thing. That says it's about skills, work, and enterprise. These are the parameters that our nation as Ghana, if we want to really put livelihood into our people, we need to focus on. If I say skills are, and then there's something I call job skills. If you have skill, there's currently high demanding job skills. And I want to even come to a TVET sector. No?
Yeah.
And then who catch it obi say, oh, me plumber, or before say be your own pen same. What you mention on your electrician own pen same. But these are high demand things are ever. AI, see Abbey. Let me tell you something. Abbey and the revolutionary ban, you have no idea. However,
Steven, let me put you on the spot on this AI. And to thank you, Nkoko Nkitinkiti to me investing in AI. Because that's where
it's a combination of that. If you we need all that. If you are this processing, up to scale. Then I make carbon say, see data centers. Uber America has a CR. Billions of dollars companies say in ABC data. Worried say ready with a kind of electricians so here data centers, you know, plumbers here, all that. So see Ghana, Africa rising in that space. Where is it? If you tell me, say Ghana, we should come out with 100,000, 150,000 certified plumbers and nice electricians, can we get that? But we are saying we don't have jobs. A lot, and even Crampono, because they say Africans so get onto the whole ecosystem of this AI transformation. Data centers, Africa, very big. They are coming. Google, they are going to put their data centers for AI there. But if they can, where your infrastructure, you need that kind of stuff. President Mahama Adio launch or say 1 million coder program. Great initiative. My question, article and I see I question one about the source of funding. When we train these 1 million people, where are they going? Have we been able to secure some kind of partnership or contract with this global tech company to say, okay, me here a developer say, who train your man, make me for 10,000, make me for 50,000, make me for say, I don't know, maybe that conversation is going on. But these are hardcore kind of saying conversations are any sincerity. I see this animal in now there to home. And yes, Anna, look, industry, creative economy. Look at this December ever happening. All this event industry. I've been in the event industry in Ghana. We do things. Share Tama Global Citizen event in Ghana. Etachi carpenters, electricians, caterers. Everybody gets something out the value chain of it. But event industry in Ghana, people are struggling to even get the right capital to invest into world-class events that can bring economic turnaround for people. Number two, even we don't even have some of our people that have the right liquidity skills to do some of the things that are there. We have to upskill our people to meet that standard now. If you the
focus should not just be on Nkoko Nkitinkiti, but even first and foremost, it's not about business to do Nkoko Nkitinkiti. You have a private sector because they okay Bravo, Melody na Mama Chrome. There's a big poultry company or you're from Unity Farms. Or my in fact, or more exporting Kosiako Cote d'Ivoire, any other countries. Or big poultry farm. Melody na Mama Chrome. And those existing factories near Momo make us say, lecturer, lawyer Kwame Jan will be one of the biggest poultry farms.
I have seen that factory.
Lawyer Kwame Jan,
yes, and Prof.
Money is can be. No,
data
another level.
Exactly. Yeah, importing about 400 million.
Unity Farm, so Akoko Dako, Kwame Jan. There's this because of the politics. There's labeling. Oh, MPP into your farm. So now you bet me a buano. Now I feel
like we said earlier. They said, "And you might be a honoma." fan play politics, it will come back and bite you. Like Prof kind. Look, we are importing about $400 million of poultry product into Ghana. It is there. Ask yourself why. $400 million and the Ghana. It is not very no. Look, who can say who jai import now? The demand is very high. What is coming out right now? We haven't prepared ourselves ready for the consumption that we have. Farmers are crying, and all that. It shouldn't be farmers' even problem. Look at what farmers go through. I've been on projects. If you're any farmers, sometimes when you go onto the ground, it's very, very pathetic. You understand? People work very, very hard, but what they get in the output, it's not anything to write home about. Okay. It is a farmers, what is it there? Who is off taking it? Look, if say 1 egg per day per child in school, look at the number of secondary schools across our country. Okay, if the government brings an initiative of that sort, and even government crying to me observing, companies could do that as CSR. Okay, say me fear limited, and then I top 50,000 crates of eggs. May they supply me alma mater in Kolano OBND to help their nutrition and all that. So it's a collaboration between private sector and government to mitigate.
I like ideas and
this issue. Many politics. As I speak to you now, making and about allegiance to any political party, but I just want to share my little experience involved in these things and what I've seen. Canada, need government for the call. They were shocked. They could see agriculture no more and joke. And if you obi farm back, what mean that fiti? Young fan said the whole of University of Ghana campus is somebody's one farm. High powered with technology, you understand? The government is financing them with the money, the mechanization. Into share data. Ghana. Huge amount of money.
Even US government break Ghana.
Exactly.
Prof, remember I also say about Nana Boku. When I'm ready for penny for. I deal with Stephen Ike, Momu to me for up. Namu go president Mama so look, private sector, Mama and fa deal with any Nkoko Nkitinkiti no. Ye percent Mama ye sikani bi. Na ye fancy factory so that Moya Nkoko Nkitinkiti ya better. Before say Nana Boku Momo ya deal with a bebo. I didn't share what they buy as a value chain. Young factories are better on Nkoko Nkitinkiti because to me Nkoko Nkitinkiti very keke. So the message about Humphrey Newquay say the idea no is to reduce poverty by shallow minded. One moment shallow minded, but poverty no solve it. And yes, if the idea is to reduce poverty, there was a tongue near Niska about bottom. So
that's what's the definition of poverty. All casa and poverty. What is the end goal?
We are sure so no on that's what they all do on social media. But anapoku more tag for mu to me kohuna bang. Namu kasoma mukane kakra namu fancy factory ya. By the time Nkoko Nkitinkiti be ready no. At least namu so mo factory say one put na ready am beto Nkoko Nkitinkiti namu dey so say.
Mame nawasi. Mini etache areas bia. I think say wakasapa.
Oh, and I made more than lecture.
Private sector. Enti omai Ghana. Abain timi nyai ahoya. Fue womu yeduomu bumai entimi pinpointe. Say enipa sumesi wo bono homoden. Enipa sumesi wo bono homoden. Ti yen so na sene na yen pushino. Because every growth of a country no private sector no any pushy. Vim, ye bet me this our proposition akoto wo mwenim. Obiti ho be ka kire say aban sika de yentimi nya ne sa. Wono amu nso ote ho no nso a otimi nya initiative bia emfa ma oman no. But ne de ne say why meeting 7 times in a day. Na ya check in the per DM on Friday. Na waji no akodi. Ne dia no. O kan bibi say enti nsema ye kan nyina nti wo mu ni saa adwen na. Vim me kanya me so asem catch us politicians won womu abufu womu nwene te said ye te a ye dwen no because hotel no kodam nyo ni tua 5-star hotel no ni tua chauffeur car na ye dia mana wo dachire a ye de ne kono enye ho no odwene ne dia ne se wa fa ne laptop no a fine speech a free the academia levels no a ko reading ni aboye nsama ma ne sha but efie nyansa ni fie adwen de abono oni bi so say sika ye tupin asema ye ka ye model tuntu prof treto ebe ye ka
Nkoko Nkitinkiti sika na be ka
me na make na initiative be na ma Ghana ha ti say de me nua ikan
oka na po say no say ka me bo a
initiative be na ma ana me pesa me ka ne nedue ema obi bia wo TNT asese Africa your only choice to make it agriculture aya oka ho asemi enipa dodo say eni ebetimi opushi o makose AI development unless skilled and intelligent ones can only go there but the greater number should go to the farmlands ho eni ebetimi enya ya ho odin afri hwe 1D1 afri ashase yewra lanchamate office na meti obi yanini ye meeting ena ohente ye yakika ya dwin bebrebe omantie ene ni nyina betwam ayeka onse ezin bank asema na oken agency mene no anka me na manka me katamani na anka me de ade abomani gwenu nyina ahye sika na ahye de bia kwaje bosi abehye no ne ha bibini
because your point on 1D1F is very critical. If it was as successful as MPP4 person who claim it, 1D1F is successful. By now, no. We should see a reflection in the number of youth but it was so overly politicized. More than see the best individual companies. Me say despite naming crop can tank crown the mama more. And they would have successfully created their jobs.
Ye cranium commodities na ye cradiban di omani nyano so also ye factories nyano na also target ye hwade bra oti America vim oti American police ka be no mu use
Ford me ade ne
Ipa uchowo omu animu a Ford na free Japan na eba na
American company.
American company say Yura Apostle
in fact say Ford no mo manufacture police for no special mo mebo a
yes
it's
normal car
because technology it's a special made car for them.
Tama Yura Apostle onyame fa ne kransie yi otimi ye ka anko na chi na ko na nimu no e dia na o senke ye enkaka bie ni wonu ma be free outside aba Ghana ha bio mami fa India enye example Tata India set die una su wo ska set die you use Tata so also ko kra Mercedes Benz aba enye din ko krabra import duty 100%. Hwe se yanya obi ode ne nan besi from ye hwe me ko Korea na me kra me phone na me bisa Korea ni say na de na Korea ni bi obehunu bi Samsung and o say so we Korea ni na wan use Samsung a onu hia wa ohun so onyo my papa so adwen a aban ni dia hye omutrim aha mi hia na nkura iPhone a onka ho etino yetimi ye bie no I was saying aban exploit because Kano different companies and a yet components in Nina.
Okay.
Na ya bekeshia ama na eka. Uko Russia ladder. Prof, so him ladder.
Yeah.
And then
car brand and then minimum and
oh yeah,
yes,
and then that's a 4x4 kitwa bisa.
Yes. And then in Russia ladder eno use. So no, it is a young pushy private sector no. It is a empenifo abubo omudi. Entipa susu ampa. Ofre yewra no so for this upon. Now ofre yewra despite say ura no. Me person me commission mo. Me here sausage factory edu ewo Ghana. Nkoko Nkitinkiti no. Sa program no mumfa aban sikani etu da ho sikan da ho. So wontimi nya first no to. Now so betimi a ye no afa nipa adwuma mu a because yewra despite ufa ni konkonte powder bako obayi wadi.
Yep.
So what I say etino ebema sika no atimi aye de o se koye. We dey da bi daw. Only policy makers ehia na obia emmo oman se civil servants. Any public servants. Womu na di oman yewu. Na so da bia na politicians do oman nimu akọje.
We bi so omo kasa politicians ntie na omo so ma
Anya no kre. Anya no kre. Anya no kre. Eya wonum na hye ministers kutupa. Oh, yanya ni say bia sika beba obenya bi di akoto dan. Obenya bi e di aye niema bi. Enu kwa na omo dwene ho. Apart from that, some minister no be succeed, some succeed because or no after 4 years or that's what in a konyo. Ye nyina di. Etino se chia on found. Omo di oman ya uba.
In fact, suggestion now they are a very good person. President, I'm bet me after businessmen a kesia.
Yes.
One in Yanu Ibrahim, they not for no almost say that's why Ibrahim
Yemfa Yewra Ibrahim. Yewra Kofi Job, I Kofi Job
Ibrahim, exactly, Ibrahim.
And that's
as a cherry farm, so Ibrahim was very big.
Yes.
Very big poultry farm. He's always
Ibrahim fan enough for any that's why they call for 100. And no farms is on Ibrahim.
They can change Ghana.
Because Nkoko Nkitinkiti at the end of the day, the party for Babaji Friday.
Oh yes.
They're not party for this kind of mudi, but the Nana Poku can say, Sanka, yeah, they are massa business people near so the Mon Famu so. I want 100 factories by the end of Metania. If you factories 100 no when you're on your 50 cra.
Yes.
Achievement.
The fundamental is this. One say a time now in Shishene Urbano. You see, idea no conceptualization no. Oh yeah, bibia. That's where that's your free like the stakeholders, you know. Unya betna sin waji obia mu adwimpo kakra na yeah their structure program. The program na say na eba out no. Yeah who say oh okay asania the aircane we betnya you say ebia trade association for musmu ro mo betnya play wo ni. You see you meet with all these people and you free be idea harvesting or idea sponging. Oh yeah, conceptualization. Yeah, that is what you do. I don't know. I stand to be corrected. I don't know the kind of engagement that they did. But right now, okay, we can still go back onto the drawing board. We look at the program and especially agriculture there, yeah, can not yet structure very, very, very well. That can be my main fact. Indicate kakra ewo. Eya semana na mekano. Openyi eya na abano sebi enye technology phone ko na yomo dia now. And you'll be a so super whatever genius to use a tool. And your tool be a abba say make a dear be a person ye biano very simple and easy. Ubet me at won't me trotro cry. Would me the voice at during the world trimuno. We were catching and say, me per se me yes say, oh, this Yami Dreamy say, Mammy Church and me quite papa. I said, and it will give
So I release documents
a
yeah,
idea of what it is based on the information it holds. Yeah, but agriculture, drone na yet to see this yes spraying. Me can't say, yeah, bomodiana, yeah, training a lot of the youth, even in what we call drone piloting. When you're drone, ultimately the spray, farmer bet my best throw, because spraying the farm man. Because only a very effective say, oh, boss spray. I'm friend say kafu say then.
aye.
When it's an alcoba. Won't me who sometimes baby house uja no.
Auntie sa motor bro said they no come to me the spray. Who to me the drone the spray. Wow.
Yes, commercial and even small way. Within minutes, drone bet me spray hundreds of acres or thousands of acres. So what I say, ain't no say a cross son or baka. Baby, your friend baby any GPS location a picky or this giant. A best sign artificial intelligence messy man the same. A bit might determine crop no crop na a drone be gusuno na say the go gusu. So it is more efficient. What will it do? At the end of the day, no farmer no the yield no becomes what better. Wait, if you are any rocket science.
Okay, Nkoko spraying cry a cocoa production echo for me cry get me the drones ni be aye.
Yes, and what these are things you can train youth on within 1-2 weeks. They are expert in it. They can just get a drone license now. As Ghana as I say, who saw fly drones and they saw quiet license, you know. What the mom and what can okay government they say you to need to mean drones, you know. Who bet me the drones number work with the banks, not drones. The mom to say credit, say if you call free, no way to an kakrano. Who to me, yes, sir. Now the drone number now, yeah, Juman yeah, the eti. If your models in the brio, many who hear me say, what is worrying us is the skills. Here, one DF has said me about ye. If one DF had even activated at the skill is supposed to have gone, we would have been in trouble as a country because we might not have the right human capital to fit for these factories that we are going to do. App.
Okay, inti point yen training ni pana sana ya nana pogo 2 months mama prof na kofa assassin nana pogo hold your thoughts me say about so prof na kofa assassin we by I big conversations this year no about the feasibility of and so far no mun nyina akere say they all kind of true say yen hyehyɛ fapem ni ye for the kind of accelerated job creation any development Nkoko Nkitinkiti ne de beba the what advice na kadebe president mama if I'm pass or person man Nkoko Nkitinkiti e make impact said the person make impact na
madam wase mama me be mo che na some years me started from beginning and come no some ye teacher me kasa but e san so agro no na say enti ne meka ne say mo tane mo ka say Nkoko enipa bebre wo poultry farm enti wo hwa eno de enye priority kra say titi woni obi say Kumasi na Nkoko abu na Boliga what did that ana mo bi atata asem no Kumasi na Nkoko abu na Boliga just already duplication da kon farm wo ho Akropon farms wo ho na me kira de wo Osetutu senior high school me your poultry farm ni bi because of operation feed yourself no na teacher for nyina obi aye bi into that area dem no so kwa people will just laugh at him because obi ahia so obe ya akoko obi a obi na me dey say me wie ya na Nkoko bi free Kumasi no mo abeto enti me dey adaje na wo send won Nkoko on pa bibi foforo na politics dey o kan sem na sanje na so so anu ayi so onye consistent enti na odi eche obedi Nkoko Nkitinkiti echi ama omano ensesi form amfa hwe ma China for ene omaye highly industrialized. They started from the grassroots. They had what they call cultural revolution. So wamwa niama ena wamude ba yiye wamwa niama yanko nkraniama ena fe population kura mzo mkura ye dozo dodo mashamo obia ngo more than 2 na ba kono onsanku kwaso na most no nyahoden na fire. And then China, they are challenging every nation in this world. They say one more bipartisan cultural revolution, and high tech. Be say a robot American. One more design highly sophisticated ones. And now from America, tall buildings. One more the robot and a worship. Can you not skyscraper way or yet no the Juma. And the cocoa farmer who can say, mean say very soon, the bear, and another time, no more the children. Oh, and Tino, Ghana dear, send a more public service, one more.
It's probably suggestion said Mahama to copy from the Chinese how the way and then Nkoko Nkitinkiti.
Oh yes, our blueprint no. Your shas will be ye. Now then sabi ocean school system of Ghana here. Say the abrofoba ya the near ye to 2 nam near the adidi. No the school by any ashim near ye be. Yes, yentimi san omo because be a di or mochi. Oh, and a fancy so adibako high people who find their way into government, they don't know why they go there. And then they are I know because per dime, any as gracia, near anunquanti. So simple thing, say, Uber empower people to create jobs. And your problem. Now also Batoyi, none finance minister said, for presidential fishing ships, the idea 4 presidential ships, a dear pan or the Ghana. Obesi send 2 or 4.
Because a helicopter, no, so got any planes, no.
Ship 2 presidential ship. Yeah. What kind? Any plane. Where they not the buyer? Oh, job creation there. Last year can be her. That month for the dear term said, and your government also creating job. Yes, it's not the government, but the government should empower people. What you call trickle down effect in economics. Who selected some people? Now, what support to Omo? I'm Omo for Nipa because in Nkrumah time, he attempted to do everything for everybody in Ghana. And look at what brought the nation. Total disaster. Sir, and yes, I couldn't baby save no. And Kamania Ghana for a communication. China for first, no more primo beer and Jenny. Okay. On small scale. But all who say, what you see in Pachinja, Abano Quantimi. It says they've opened up. So we have billionaires in China now.
Okay. But Prof, they see just information. They say I mean say Agri Ministry is almost secure 150 $154 million from Italy. The commercialization of agric. But that's outside Nkoko Nkitinkiti because Nkoko Nkitinkiti the no say Ghana in 9 months time the best waba. Na ho na poku ka say best waba there we must have a planner. Ye dey be harvesting and ye dey harvest here dey akobat or see the ministry na secure sika 154 million mama just say $1 billion and $1 million. Also imagine from Italian government no na omo dey ba be agric omo ba be commercialization into a large scale mobile be €1 million. Why don't I feel
and we made a 2 million? Yes,
yeah, different broche near Betty. Different broche. No, don't be giving free Hong Kong. Yes,
if you Skya Bay, would the F1 says Skayaba. Adentina Sky anchor into Sisabia financial institutions are a omoma instrument air finance agriculture. Near my private sector, and who's okay. My plan is say, we maybe I may a chicken processing, maybe a BA. We say be a may vegetables, voter. We say me say, you bring up what you want to do, the economic structures of this region, and then charge the private sector that come up with those ambitious innovations or businesses that can enable this. The money is there. If you go to the bank and it's viable and you do due diligence, now you fit your business model, fit for purpose, the money needs to be released for you to be able to do this. Yeah, yes, you know what? There's if you're look, let me tell you what, Canada. Okay, there's a program called Modernizing Agriculture Ghana, MAG program. Check it. They gave Ghana about $150 million. Okay, 150, 145 million dollars.
And you're only planting for food and jobs. I know
yes, you see, if you ask yourself that the amount of money that was given by the Canadian government, taxpayers' money, and yes, they all want to try and help. On the notion, say, and your way back na omani koya sa babunu na omutu kwan ba honi ade no reduce kakra. These are some of the reasons why they put money into our economy. But if you look at the output of plant, so far right now, even who the impact report now for planting for food, how impactful it was, the number of job creation it happened, all these things, we haven't even seen that. We've seen a lot of financing programs for agriculture. The question I'm still asking is that, are we asking them what has been the impact? What is the report? How sustainable has those things been? And yes, you can't. Job creation, agriculture and agriculture does a lot. But let's face it head on as a nation. Say, breaking so and fact, revolutionizing new, innovative, and creative ways to help create our economy that can unlock job opportunities for the people and the youth.
Yeah. But one of now, but we have come retail sector. No, so is it okay? About retail sector. No.
I still maintain, say, our way out is agriculture and agribusiness.
Agree.
The entire makers are necessary. One district, one factory, yeah, a best in trade. Factories in be all no more. E ukrum ha, just kokra raw materials. A free abonting, no dia be product na. And you consider this as a viable money-making industry. Say researcher CSRI for ye. Efa Greek, efa raw materials. And yenyam bia yakobisa won. Say CSRI factory ben ye no krom ha ye benya raw materials in every area. Ye krom ha and obi so ye gas cylinder. Okokra raw materials. Ye yi animu a container na chi nyina ye finished product. And what the
Ghana for no they begu.
What the ban what the begu factory wa na nyamini my cylinders. A kwanya ye mpanimfo no te say the prof kan. Okwa aban mu no. Adwen ben no de ko. Ni tirimu popa ene de. Efia me bo kwantene hwe CSRI. Research ahodoa omo aye. Akwabranifo bi fa chire si ekofa genetic modify. Abegura Ghana no. Efia obibini trimoden.
Yeah.
Na obibini sabe mu anim ye bekoso agimi ache. Wotimi aye research papa eti say. Na broni bohwema frewa chozo kebra. Misuma ye we you onye nkotra no asase no so. Na mpanimfo bi firi Ghana ha a omo agriculture hunim de akwaje genetic modified ones no e dey be fry natural ones no. Hwe afia say ye fa institution bi ti say CSRI serious a ti say Akuapem Mampong Research Institute na ona. Ghana e dey ni.
We have everything.
Go to NASA.
Yep.
Woman go nyina e Ghana for. Opani ba ko ka chem osi minye fianka meba. Hwa we kura me ba America for ye summit bi o Maryland. Your friend no me baso. Na ukwa ade America for hwehwa ani say for usika fira bonten ebe she America economy.
Oh, and there I'm to women green card just because of that.
Just a woman family, you know, what they move to for scanning brand, not to better.
Yeah.
Eti ya was an power in our chroma, S.A. Jai. Eye near ma. agribusiness. CSRI for your BBR is there.
It's true.
Life and colored. Some way, a better me my yield is say. Yes, processing planter. You better me the processing your good
Even now, when you see us and atomic energy and chromatima,
binary. Yes.
Department or so. That's what they do. Yeah, my research.
Nano landing, Mako, Makono de Anoya Yano.
Yeah.
Miensa.
Yeah.
Miensa, £1. Mako.
Yep.
Miensa, £1. Iti din ben
na abrocho ba mo meko bia meko abi so ni ade aye mu wo Ghana ya first ye nkura no je se ya kase ye besa wansa na ya ko hwe me so ase ye de be ye akekedro abesa no abrocho matuni na kan pepe na hwa mo ton de ye dro ya bro say these are all said the seven can opportunities ya Ghana ke fa nka be boa ye but
the only way out no matter what is agriculture. Yes,
mami put you on the spot. Mona MPP for more pressure pass. Mo kasa omuntie na no mande o kan na Prof me ba
what you press conference is
of mo banana. Do you think say 1D 1F or ye and the MPP any particularly planting for food and jobs or fairly because I same way I Kenya MPP for na matna Ghana in the last 8 years. Sankasa adwinkyere we aye kan and as the Juma by now we will not be talking about job creation in this essence at least so kakra sa planting for food and jobs ye di hu sikapuduo ma omo no omo ye kosi sen because we a key advocate to Ghana mo tag for
the then Minister of Agriculture Oba TV so anaso ojira bi na okasa na mesre. The entire mesre enye ne person ti na mesre. Mi hu say onya de obetimi aboa o man. Okoto onuane begu ministry se bode efu. Na re Ghana na ni akra na.
Just Oscar Mill simple. Rock the job. Hey, Papa wait.
Ezo hade.
David na na go want to Ghana sa planting for food job who bi. Who nipa ba ko kra ya planting for food and jobs no.
Tie. Ebe pim ne. Me sa planting for food no. Yakọ enkro bi so, yamso omudi ebode sakes ba ema ye duai. Ebiane Nkoko Nkitinkiti format you. So the Nkoko Nkitinkiti me assure say omo ekoje na anu obi wo kra ni de nyina ewu. Because oni adwin bia
I don't think so.
No crown me so
I think say no mom no see them vaccinated they keep them to some level be a risk near low kakra.
Nadia enkrama bechi o ma renzo
Oh, there be and Nkoko de obi oye Nkoko bi enim say nya dey ebi but majority of them is I say also fa veterinary officers na work veterinary department so boa omo they give them support. I think
even businesses now contracts to supply no. Vaccinate they get them to there's some guidelines to read
they have those guidelines kind of, but now who's answer my question me say planting for food and jobs to know who say akosi say mo na mo ya advocates and money and buy engage every day mo ya civil society group mo who planting for food and job no say akosan
hwe so ka se min reti abanda danwa ayo mba bebomi o
debut miss my is planting for food and jobs and even the number of jobs that they
create. Because mankani rubber black nema 400 cities. It's planting for food no way. And I planting for food na body enko Aponchi Kasia kakra 2,400. What you
they
say?
can only know
Debbie,
this.
when you number just say brother to say maybe I was see a friend minister, but even though not by free to.
Yes,
Oh,
Vim, what it is in say, on make catch on say, BBI about data. We are planting for food, you know. How people that more for more on board you to the program. If right now there's somewhere I can go and even have access to that data, when you say,
Exactly.
oh, Nana,
Stephen, what sector animal Greek who need to be a chess planting for food and jobs. Nipa say near far Sikani expand here because specific areas say who was side data.
me kakrebi a menye fi Canadian High Commission because I'm no fund day program no. Na menye kwenya be some time to do consulting work for our TV site of planting for food through a Canadian investor our Hanomo project be. So I want to do monitoring and impact for them. You know, I got and I wrote in my report to them to let them know, say, me feel say because look, some of the schools were even resource. Me call school, you know, machines are sabi and yes, to millions of dollars. Yeah, they share their money out was not utilized. You know, and I even questioned the principal about the reason and all sorts of stories around it. So I had a fair idea in certain part, but holistically, you know, almost say I think I still don't know the full-blown report of the M&E report of the planting for food. I think Canada are buying the honor Juma because of this kind of mines in Crawford grounds that they are putting those reports and to them also because they have to be accountable to their people. Yeah.
The crack is a data now.
Debbie Prof, one our classmate in Dr. Akotomuni are there. So planting for food and job, only baby is can call it. And I'm going to do all far more.
And there, me need a whole idea, but I can do the research. Now, the fact of the matter is that it was also another no-go area because your population, about 70% are involved in food production.
Yeah.
So, you have to venture into new areas. They said, Nkoko Nkitinkiti, because already.
Stay with Dr. Free Akoto. So we'll say 70% of your population into food production. If the 1% planting for food and jobs, indeed, if it went into planting for food and jobs, shouldn't we have an impact?
Yes.
Big data be you'll be shocked. Okay. We are seeing top 5 exporters of vegetables. Okay. Number 1, China. They exported about $10.5 billion. Okay. Number 2, Netherlands. They did $7.26 billion. Yes.
Climate.
Mexico, $6.8 billion in 2023. Spain, $6.52 billion in 2023. Canada, $4.83 billion in 2023. Exporting. All right. Udemami for Netherlands, any example amount. Netherlands assess your word do for and yet be na Ghana near one quarter. Why do you think they've got to that level? R&Ds, any world-class farming, research development, any better way of doing things. So what I say, that's why has given them that competitive advantage. Yet Ghana, Netherlands, Eddie, Jenny, if you go play move with Netherlands, any carrot, Eddie back Ghana, go buy a pot all the time. So what I'm trying to say. Well, and some hope.
Stephen, can you be also Netherlands for bread and then carrot?
Yes. Market woman, baby say open Netherlands carrot na because so market on a kesi so ya o ma package sha yibim.
Netherlands for na bread carrot.
Yes. They import carrot into Ghana. It comes by eba and so kwato Ghana.
Steven. Dr. Free Akotomuni baby or one.
You see, we can't blame it all on, let's be realistic here, okay? Yes, they've played a role, but we cannot, the issue say, fundamentals, okay, you realize this, we've got it wrong.
Yeah.
All right? To rebuild on, in fact, say, Baba blame way no way and way Baba blame way. Where it may be south I said, where is Ghana's national agricultural growth
policy
strategy? The strategy, you know, a section will be a play woman any idea. Where is that blueprint? Because my first blueprint, I say, oh, okay, you see, be a vegetable, say, me a private investor. Maybe that's where I also want to go. I go in it. Without that, I might be wrong. Maybe that is there, we don't know. Okay, I'm just speaking, say, yeah, I don't know. All these are informations that we need. Share your universities here and colleges here. Look, when I went to all the agri colleges in the country through that MAG program, and sometimes when I got there, I mean, so soon because you could see said the youth who are even getting trained, they are highly not motivated because they don't know where they're going to go next with this kind of type of skills they were giving them in there. You partner with them with the Canadian school or BBFN school farm program. And college one, they run an agriculture company. Dairy product, ecotoma, multi-stores. So we wanted to partner with them in Ghana to see how Ghana schools, you know, grant they give. Can even give money to some of the schools to set up some of these small farms in there? If I tell you what even happened to some of the money, you'll be surprised. Because do teacher for war and happened. Those who did it didn't even get the right support and all that for it. The Legon agriculture, you ask all the people studying agriculture in Ghana, how many of them get real hands practicals? You understand? Over there to understand.
In fact, the last time I checked here, Legon say motorway yes. They had this animal husbandry near what side I
think recently the university started fighting against that.
No, but this one, the university doesn't even, government must protect them because
when they started, the government went in there with national security.
Goat, sheep,
yes.
When
I saw it, I think the national security got intervened. It's but any Legon and Kwa. Legon, they have been to their agriculture, palm oil. They got the largest in the country. There's no investment, so they can't even scale it. Why is it not a private sector institution working with you? Even tourism. And then me koha me senia ye dia be me tia be ye ya be na ye nua me media ye nyame ye film say sopo say nguo say den Legon omu I nguna I'm friend say red oil na ye beans no go ben come friend say
Zomi.
Yes, Legon has got one of the best recipes in the country. I am not kidding you.
University of Ghana, Legon.
Yes. Ultimate I say, who caught pay can CSR. I was there in Omayo Kede a seedling some more year for oil palm any number. The youth are not sometimes getting interested. Do you know why? Because some of them don't have the knowledge, understanding about the value chain, economic opportunity in the womb. Man can't just say, oh, maybe oil industry, maybe a 1.something billion economy, marketing, that is what will motivate them so they can pick up those sectors.
Steven, I did when obviously and can't just say quiet pussy, you see a go. CSR and I work okay, no be a new video. I was there. I did a live video from there. They have a very fantastic nursery. Wouldn't say in Kwampoko for Cote d'Ivoire, Eba Ghana, Eba to oil palm seed na yedes, you know. Malaysia, any more project, but only hey, Mira who crying there. Because
information there. You see,
Nana Pokunqua betting put investors together. I'm on Macasa, the MFA Nunquani exporting quadruche.
It's a lot because I'm going to
what to mean, but until I make us a doctor, I put the end to me then. Well, what's your corner of a paniba? Planting for food and jobs, Canadian system. No, it's not a laughing matter. Penny
for them, can say, men blame you on Unqua, and yes, I'm
the point of the investigation.
If you are focus on
I'm saying, system starting pushy. And government where was here starting man.
The old man is relaxing. The economic value of
you to know.
Share idea see NSS. $50 million. Ukasikana. You see, I mean, allegedly, no, it's been alleged. Say, that's what come on. It's about 50. If you do you know what $50 million can do? You have no idea. The world class, even say agri-processing factories, a bit me, about 3 and now 4. Top world class a bit me, FD and Nyoma. Like I think President Mahama shared something recently, which I buy that idea with him. I was always talking about that. Look, this is not for your air cargo, Honoma, immediately adding your air and even Europe, even Africa. Nigeria population can see a day in chain, a Cote d'Ivoire bay and chain. You see, we don't even, as a city here, a lot of people in Ghana even doesn't know how to go and do business in Nigeria. And this is a 250 million population. Your new maybe a year or Ghana or money. If you're such as say, you bet me I take it that besides say your chocolate grab me wrong. How many times I call Nigeria go see a ton Ghana chocolate or supermarket just Nigeria next door. So what I'm trying to say, it's in your
China. China recently, China recently, there is a province called Shenzhen.
Yes.
A whole airport. Dedicated cargo. Vegetables here working. Real-time delivery.
Yep.
Sebe bedru Europe untem, sebe bedru hantem. Eti di okay, Tamale airport is where.
About yes, but yes.
Not yet the air stripper, fresh vegetables, fresh if you go. I'm an onion.
It's a blue sky.
Yes. Who do you have vegetable and also dedicated
blue sky Ghana. You see your new Ghana, I'm off for blue sky every first or starting with
every day every day
6 hours to London.
Everywhere
waitress, when you contracts, to the sense that sometimes blue sky or to mean problem with mangoes in a bit of time. No fruit in the just imported from Burkina Faso, Ghana. There are times they have to go.
So many.
Only season this how it works. Time Ghana your mango no na Burkina Faso so omuni mango. What you say? Time swap because of the season.
To means any area spraying of mango so that year round we can produce mango.
It's about using irrigations. You can do and we can have. It is possible. Let me doable. Let me say doable. All these things are doable. It needs the right mindset, the right political leadership, the right investment, the right innovation.
Remember back to the question that I was asking. Say 8 years, Dr. Akotoye planting for food and jobs. At least we should have seen some improvement. Then how can the data will show us whether or not there was some improvement? Maybe there's some improvement.
People, you see, when you say the truth right now, people that are swarmed with politics will come either insult you, either to say things. I mean, sometimes I know what you go through. I monitor your program. You see, they come back, but the reality is that you see, we don't want to face the truth. Like I always say, we are sitting here talking. We want to see that the average person is able to at least have a better life. Sebi, and I can say maybe some of us might be privileged. You've traveled, you have learned things. I can be in Ghana anytime I'm gonna be now. I know what I do, you understand, because of what the knowledge I have. I can always unlock certain opportunities. But I know beyond what's our opportunity now. Then to me, what has been my thing for the past years is like always creating platforms that will expose people to information and knowledge and information. Me catch or say, me Nasia New York and I realize here meeting me and a city a commissioner in charge of international business New Yorker. Okache said, do you know say every year sitting at and your man $42 billion procurement. But procurement no more it doesn't matter whether you're a New York company, wherever you are in the world, you can
that means Ghanaian company can bid and also make money.
And come and provide the services for them to solve their problems. People don't know this.
Dabi into Ghana government any niema say I send Kayensu betimi atete local companies tapping into abroad. They creating jobs and make youth in it.
Yes, you know what the sound come on now. Yes, seminar B, which is called doing business with New York City. What it takes. They said near Mr. I retail company association man what's his name? What programs is here?
Nanapoku.
Mr. Nanapoku say Ebian Nkoko be omoye business people near there. They can come on that webinar and then we can give them a helping hand to help shape them up so that they can get the things right and be able to be on that. If it be the passport platform, they can be on it and they can be able to bid for things. Opportunity is enormous, but it's about the how, and that's where sometimes we get it wrong. In all the aspects.
Prof, that question we answer Nanapoku Prof. Oh, they watch our politics. You've seen the days of Nkrumah, Babesi, and and a job creation is a problem. Where do you think, say, Nkrumah, did he get it wrong? And wrong. And more important, how we fix it? What can be that? But where did we miss the mark?
Okay. Now I'm saying question, but some costs. Yes. Now, Tiani said, Nkrumah got it wrong. On the sense, he said, he assumed the responsibility to create jobs for everybody. He pushed away the private sector completely. Oh, now nations so there's one empower private sector no. Now person ye bibia untimi. You say back on for nsa ansu nyame ani kata. But on the try say no common akata Ghana for any. A bit of runners by obey or say bibia private sector Tata Brewery, one in our obsceno, and so one yashi. They say last year, Obi officer is the responsibility of the government to create direct jobs like the CPP era. Come time now, the workers' brigade. One in answer, Mumfa Omo, Skull no good at Mumfa Omo qua, at most almost 4, 10 o'clock, no be able to fear. And I say, was the same factories, Bebre, crab. It was the industrial city of Ghana, and the government also had the aim Sankatamale or what is known as growth pole city. Yes, Kobatrini man baby, and just a more congestion a wakrano as wati. And after Nipa yin the person about Pancrantano, Nanka for Yadian no for. Oh, and the job creation idea to empower private sector no Uyakwa. China say private for no room, and I'm China address Rosano. Oh, Nayan said Yaka Nipa Bebrum Kwabamono, or more Junan says can omocope. O Bia Yase, or Koya policy above all minor. So Kotana committees to bear 4 times, no Aginisika. Oh, and young service class parliamentary debate your cosi. Service so what you know now, or then what to me, Arjun be papa more minor. And to we have a long way to go. Nana no can say I had to be a Mikoskia, left and right, mechanized farming. A full bessa a mile square back for a piano pameco, no chat, meba no cherry. A few minutes. Oh, a China packet, a giraffe farms, minimum class at us or a giraffe.
I think you're
Miss Habanam one crancer. Who see where fuano, then you for Kitua. Oh, Chessa, your opportunities, no, then you pay dear no. What is in for me? That's what they ask. What is in this for me? Oh, so $150 million are okay. Yam say free Italy. See a proper accounting. I won't say the about quote mom paying 20 million. Oh, now you ba you and a meeting Ghana for your swa home baby begu. Sankomo disclose and your mom they call back to the country. Carbon shopping on by expensive vehicles near that number. Oh, my your president, Times Square, you be yes, it's $17,000 an hour. Now, or flashes are.
Oh, where the I make back correction being bow.
Okay, so no stuff you know.
Exchange.
And New York. New York.
Educating Nkoko. Normally no facts no my making sure. Landing New York Stock Exchange. And inviting a brow, sir, a New York Stock Exchange for a billboard.
Until moment you the New York Stock Exchange, you are that
Yes, it is their billboard, so they commercialize it and also give it out to people and all that. But, you know, they use that to put on their programs that comes up there. Ghana government, what I know specifically.
Ghana and Tiaka.
Yes, Ghana government didn't spend any money on that.
But,
so
but he was there. But he was there.
Oh,
right?
Prof, what are Tobo answer? He says name Prof what Tobo one day. Prof, or say the billboard na Muhammad, so it wasn't at any cost to Ghana. The New York Stock Exchange for no invited, no. And to show say I'm crying who I say Muhammad.
Prof, you know, say why a tourist a country promotion be because sometimes God one need to any part do a na the Ghana to swa bibia it's like it's priceless. Let me put it that way. You the politics and to
politics Ghana. Yes, because
some of the solutions.
International student program. Ghana, I'm a flag about. I was very happy about it. And this is one for Masika and a coach here.
Well, no, you see, sometimes you know.
But people say sometimes a man say I will support you in Jessica because you see putting Ghana on the global stage, you know, first also there's value in the branding.
Yes, sorry. And Ghana born you be also new Ghana young lady ought to take it to the marks. Take it to the Yes. This person is not a Ghanaian or born you. Do you know who played this song? And I see, I don't know her, but I know that I understand she's from Ghana. You see, even the power of music. It's me beside again. So on the planet of Africa. Now Ghana what try to pass into a research. Actually, say no better me call about onimobia near there. These things, you know, we shouldn't take it lightly. So it's something that helps our country marketing. You could have, that's why Argentina, Rwanda all pay millions of dollars to sponsor. Is it Arsenal? If I'm right, you know, all these big companies now that's a visit to Rwanda.
Me driving license. Me drew one man or me test, you know. Obisam or Timmy asked none obisam. So where you from? Me say Ghana. I say oh, you US military or a veteran. Oh no, call Cameroon call a project, but on him Ghana pass it. Nkoko and no me fa Uber ko baby asa. Nipa no tell where you from? Me say Ghana or where you were Ghana or tie musician way or tie stone boy or tie way. It's Prof. Say Ghana, who say the Ghana Mahama about Times Square. Yeah, the Ghana flag above baby. Good. No matter no matter the cost, it is putting Ghana on the global stage. Ghana Stephen Kano. Emrantie kro motonyum keke kra hwe baby apia Ghana kodu say when you na America any African American be obohu no onim kra onim Ghana onim Nigeria
Nigeria these Americans here me information me nya obi aya Ghana for bibi UN obe cover and wrong Prof wrong information
Prof I don't know the political diabolical they just want to say certain things to tarnish the image of the government. So I'm not speaking for the government, but I'm speaking as a citizen.
Akwara no is slightly disabled. Na nkomodia no say wo African dress bi ho na obeshaba class. Na I'm say if free no say free Ghana. I'm so maybe free Ghana say really? Me say yes. Or a little bit into our country there. See as posted outside there. You must take pride in that. So it work around me picture beer. I'm 5 years ago, many students be more dressed as Ghanaians, abrofo if you have never bro. Almost dressing.
Almost I think
your country there's good, but said one workers a Ghana a financially economic crime scene. No, let's Nkoko says Kana Kotutar hot there. Let's just emphasize Obian is about one young fans. I'll go back and ask him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one there we can take. If you me person me some points be for solutions. I all kind all the project, all the topic by.
But my Nana Poku yet 1 point to be about because this
no
the
problem.
point that you were raising about private sector. No, Nana Poku say ye branded Ghana sawa man on any idea. More amuye business people now. Mo na mo de komo be companies. Ebuamo. How does it help you? Because mo ko amana mo ko invite foreign investors ni idea. Say the engineer can say a ton Ghana wa man on sa. Yeah, e money ye mrema mo say mo betumi nya investors. No mo de o musika be Ghana na ye creating jobs na emfaso abaso ana.
Times Square at the NAC. Nanka me person ka Times Square for be keep on na watch. So nanka me pepa senka Yura John Mahama or Daso sa na watch. If you say ya marketi a crew for tourism purposes. They said they all can Rwanda. Rwanda $12 million and what the yes are near man. Intimi mi hu ye no eye mahonho a mani je. Na President John Mahama ede ahokeka bi aba ne dwumadie na odini. Se ohwe papa ne din a onte se Mahama na ne eni no.
Yep.
Mimi hu ne se NDC fo a omune ne ye adwuma omuhwe omutiri ye. Se wan hwe otiri ye se de ma ne besi yi wadie no. Abe onwanwa se Yewura John Mahama yes sir. If he say also last me conclude no me ka say ma onwene odo no ho na mom onwene ne ma odo mu ebegya Ghana na nkwala no atumi anya dimpa ama omo so se dachi bi sa priaprie bi to ba bi a nkwala na atumi akopri bi yawo aman dada yawo aman pedifo dada atwamu a se wo mo mayi wo mu ti so mo kopri bibi o Ghana me ka bibi atani ankrofo ebedi wo mo di mirika ne bega etime da bia me ka me se Yewura Mahama wo manti jade papa enti sa de na see Times Square ne de Prof the more information no
maybe sano why maybe sano
wanyade eye eya honho a ema oman nyina ni akura ada meko obi omo famento so na so ye pencil
me who no many agent in terms of but you question no
yamra o question no sabisa mbio na emza ate afa so kakra
na me busa say ye ton Ghana wa amane sa mo na mo businesses ni ade a mo nkofo bi enwuma ma Ghana fo nya bi ye ya na eye easy ma mo se mbenya investors no ma abe invest wo mo companies mo ana
ebo apa evi say me makọ summits bebrebe na okwa Ghana for reception the man ya na different from Africa country bi a ebenyen
yes
your Africa country bi ebenyen ya oboni dia abonse nipa no atwene ho akogina kire kakra na wa hwe ne mienu ne miensa so but unya kasa ofri Ghana pe na otwe ben do you know Kwame Nkrumah you know ensem bebrebe ni ebisafa ekro no nyame anim ni se nyese eniema bi ene ekochewa na ka Kwame Nkrumah idea se tom na bi kro obeto fenso afa Ghana ho na nke ya de papa so eyo man a enshiraman na wo hwe the way a ade ni siti an ye hemfimfin o iti me anya me won ase gold ni etu a na asan ahihye foforo etu a na asan ahihye foforo cheze ye nya ni papa fo abedi animu a nke hia ye da promo a e wo se nketu obi aka
yes
let me ameka
e wo se nketu obi aka
sasam no
so no any say
30 million population. I mean,
any say so no say ukukolebu ni hospitals akese na ade a eku Ghana for pa eya atwentwen so no eman no na niema boa eden na montete niema so ni nyina e purchasing power omo ni ska so my man was ska na o hwe economic trends na okwa obehun se dwadini no omu no na mom baby okofa ade ne ba he no de e wo so de to so no de up to so de ono so be fa free no ho e de konsanwa mu koton no ono so de bibi kakra to so ye chain so ngru and sana final consumer no ensa ka bi
okay
eti no on my mano media mi hu ni say politicians no do ma shekeji ana omoma kom di wo mo eti say ye makom di wa no oba no be ka cho say G1000 ufi say oya onyame enso so entisa say yetimi improve agriculture side of our opportunity because that is what we are. I'll keep saying it. We are one district, one factory, now crowd raw materials. Free Ukraine, be free Russia. So they buy production in Ghana. Nyasambe pani. Yeah, Texas business companies here go now. Free raw materials. What away? And so those days, as I said, that northern region, a bit immediate Bebre. Ama Texas, industry no etimia group. Say, okase ubie tema Texas companies in here. That means I was say a cockra cotton. Any deba. You say, yeah, no, and why?
Yes, and nana media only when there yet munina makano media bomb area dear Stephen Kai and the China number one producer of vegetables.
Exporter.
Nkoko Nkitinkiti, what we traders and business people can do. Me company say, metimia votuska edi aton kukono edi akọ final destination. Enye abai nebeto.
Okay.
Nemo me assure farmers no.
Yep.
Say company A, odi oye akoko no wi afabra me meto. Na me a transport it because I will have the needed equipment, the needed facility. I met me exporting Nkoko factory on omumu. Okuanino announced the 1 year in Sakukonu subetimi and Yenisika. Enye necessary. So say a bino and a tisika sabeton kokon. That is where we can also come in. She said, Stephen Kaino said a proper engagement ekoso and you value chain baby obia be playing role. Enya dia
Nana say I said Dumelo be from on Erikopoko be from on Motenasia more
ready. We are open. We are open.
We are all ready to help in any way that we can.
Why not?
Me agriculture expert. But Juma me what I involve in is giving me some exposure to certain things. You bet me optimize you be create economic livelihood. Senior so kano. Yeah, and your money, fantastic idea. Okay, say, look, if on him say be a fair farms, why you ready? Obana also fair farm amount it here now, over here and your money to the standard. Say, obet me a talk, what you say to a problem. Be a sort of say to the consumer. Obeto Onyasa agreement in this contract no crumpa. If Mr. Pokuma who fears I in crump, who crowd to me decided and so to be the coach in a bank be Obama because there is a guarantee. You see, fine. I say
maybe only a lot of these are great companies because all value add a chain.
Yes,
companies we are Magana Bia. See about say we have 4 companies come when Ghana be did in Nkoko Nkitinkiti almost bet me boy in terms of say whether is
there be I make my example. Share before you be Ghana Canada Agribusiness Summit. The way by Ghana, the president of Country Farmers Association Canada Ghana for her to even understand our beef industry, ni cattle farm and your man. You'll be amazed about the things this woman told us. So what I say and how so what idea we're even telling them is okay, wouldn't be what we can do is say they have the money, they have the technology, so we could do what we call a joint venture either between a Ghanaian company and a Canadian company. Oh yes, our joint venture now Canadian company bet me leverage on and raise sika from the side. No more create venture no Ghana and use that venture to serve the African market. What I say, which is a huge market.
Now, tell me where they unim say no more. Nana poku tag for where they was say this platform will be the magnet. Nana poku me the only brass TV ever come boom. Na yenye sadie way because say private sector no man bambe boagana politicians don't unim be politics na as usual.
Mem adie bi kam mamenka. One say sa ahombobo ya Africa ye bobo enyina abrofo no mani nyi won sao. Na ye ni ye na waye onkuko ewo ukrom na omunkuko funu no na abeto.
Exactly.
Etino they will put impediments on your way. Sasika ya omuso ya secure loan ye di beye trap. What I say?
How so chirem
omunim pefe say kofo yo mko akwashi scan no ma de eka. What I say? Say ya anya content with what we have. What we can do with the meager resources that we have.
Yep.
Na yamfa yenye die na ye wono anya juma na debia ye fi say we look at the bigger picture. Oh, young Koji Bosia. Well, a consultant to be adrian. What you who's go?
Millions
to be adrian. Young Koji Bosia. But then you bet me a start at the end from a dream.
Yep.
And from scratch, a bay.
Yep.
Yaka processing plant of poultry processing. And young Kuko ebeti tomuti. Na ya pe fidi ebeti to omo.
That's it. Yakati near
you. You have a fridge. A fridge.
Sausage.
Sausage
machine.
And Guinea, idea craft gizzard, you crouch. I mean, first one himself brought from Mukum Kokona, gizzard no more touching you.
Yes.
No more touching. He says, so who's Africa for penty. And also, why business on his own. Omu gizzard not a package.
Yeah. That program here, omu running out. Say a year pet they are dead. That means that Nkoko. Okay, yes, some fidie. Scano, ye fama omu. Some pay $150 million. Momaji. Na ya beji. Now we have to kakra. No, we have to kakra. Now we are forming consortium. Now we are say. Now I say it is a Prof Kane. Only $20 million. Any be issue. The akanyina na ashe. Na ya bedu omuka. Inti ya do omuka. Ne ya chain. Inti project no aka. It is Canada for CKA by planting for food and she. And your grant and a coy loan. Thank you, Domuka. Now, Nipano or Chao Kono of a grant view.
But okay, Nana, that's another aspect of program.
I mean, for Bimra, yet I'll blame politician. But I'll see who said perhaps elections in Ghana is more expensive perhaps than many countries in the world, not even in Africa. And this was Yabrabrekodruwa or Peswatenica. And the project Bia and as it can be urban in some not so. She can be urban in some not so. There are so many things I bet me I can. But that is what has been the trend. Sikana war man, she got bought, Sikaya, and say ye bodin. Billions can just a couple check crack or Japan.
And hold do economy in this
so billions of gold. Ghana will be a course will be only a Juma after 18. It may most get the at the end of yes,
Prof, you see, what can be about elections, okay? I need now about laws. Let me give you an example. Even USA or UK, when him say you cap. Who raises a car as a politician, even to come an MP? London, I think you cannot raise more than £5,000.
Yes,
to do your campaign. It's a law. In Ghana, Patrol, Prof, what the policy? Can you once tell me any time that any political party can come and declare, say, my source of political financing is this?
But electoral commission rules. Say, but
we are not applying. Yes, we see the laws are there, but Prof, we are not applying the laws. So, like you said, you see, it's not me. It's a hybrid issue. Politicians have got their part to play. We as citizens, we are sitting here talking right now. We have our part to play. Private sector also have a part to play. Civil society, religious institutions. We all have to. There's something I call the social re-engineering of the mindset, the way we think as a people, as a nation. But let me give you an example. A few years ago, my friend was the head of economic current affairs or American Embassy. And I had meeting. Now, near Kodu man for ID, bureaucracy. I didn't even know. It may do one na security ni friend say, oh, Mr. Sumesi about no person or Behumba onkuta ID. This is a very top boss in the embassy. You know what? Off in the office and a bar back, a bar security post or no, only me walk into my car. No catch him Steven. And they say, yeah, we schedule meeting, rules na wana me cry me wa me yeah juma me bar because I said me ID into you want me overrule. You know what I learned from him at that time? It's about respecting the laws and the rules. I get oh, and actually big boss. Security in the corner also say ABI open when you pay by say also money rem. It is what because it's abiding the patriotism of what for the mind any and running yeah no be yeah.
That's the rules.
Stephen, I say okay when you say Enra, there's a music group called Fugees.
Yes.
Wycliffe music group. No one of founders. No. You are sentencing to 14 years because of fundraising. Sika for Obama campaign.
Yes.
Any Donald Trump campaign.
Yes.
You are sentencing. Nti asem the only Prof in America say Emrano Jumanagana the Trump run every day.
And we don't apply it.
But Emrano we don't apply.
You see, that's some of the things. You know, fundamentally, you know, if you now me catch you say, I want us to talk about the how. Okay, sometimes it's a bit to say be car
no question next week. This is a very interesting topic.
Oh, I just three idea na person can me boss.
Broaden how no near a big topic.
No, and you might be omuntie say they can carry something away. Job creation number one. As a government feel say they should create what I call like the job creation tax incentive. Private companies or be a high between 5 to 100 people be or there's more apprenticeship and I say training works and your manner. Yen massa adenema private sector people. And I think it will really get them to now accelerate onboarding people. We need what I call the skills to job compact. As a government, any signing hiring agreement, any industries, you know, any signing on Nkoko Nkitinkiti are absorbing you know, into their own system, especially in the private sector. So issue on youth kind of saying funding element. If we have your Maslow, your all those things, it's best to be something equitable programmer. Loans, you know, who see at the moment they don't pay back. Look at the money as lost in Maslow. So what I say. So I see a pay innovative way to do that. Then the fourth one is about local content and market access. Priority as a procurement, you know, for youth-owned businesses, export support, any certification help. Sa and your manuma when yana, say ya boa and mabuno, ya momo quota be, near support to business no more to meet standards. Senya, that is Senya, Mr. Ayika in a factory, ebia fear or poultry farm, or person to and yoma. Do you have the right things? Do you have all it takes? Then he can be able to buy things or be on the supply chain for it. And what I call the district job engine, that the workforce district. Each district be a more identify more comparative advantage, more work, and unlock it with the right investment.
Like international trade.
Yes, that thing will not move from young person be for so back or real school crown person will back to. And I don't blame them, baby, because opportunity. So I say, these few basic things that you said next time you bet me you come out very well.
Yeah, next time because they said okay, uko baby to say don't tell chromo do chupa. And to it won't be as successful as cashew.
Yes.
So uko baby to say agogo. Any idea mudia body in toast. Instead of going getting body in toast because I know there are people already in that area. No more interested there. Ebi akọ baby to say no for mudia omoye mponchini nwan ya no was strengthen and no more so that she said they customized to every area.
Precisely.
Now we are only comfort to say nana poku no ma o say And Nana Pokukra no more boy said they are willing to help government with this project.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah, just invite us to the table and solve the problem.
CSR. Very, very important. I say my fiel king. Who say CSR our data or my indexing country, you know, ABR regions, Biano, agriculture, and your man, viable. There's an index to that. And you know, if we go back and not CSR,
done
resource. You see, they're not resource.
They've done everything.
Office
Scrum Team and your papa.
Exactly.
An institution like this.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm still I watch your commitment. Say I buy no more tenacity. I'm ready. Say more business people money. I buy factories.
Sure. If you my more NDC, I buy a basso in a way. Buy no engagements to stakeholders engagement, you know. Yeah. I know there manka na me ya yotia for. Nemom we share juma bi to say customs. One money adwadifo edi omo de aban be sha atechem afro. If you say and she say bia aban bia de beba no. Sa enkrofo bi mo ebe make sure say answer. And then I chance on a circular echo round to custom officers omoye examination say ye break container no so ye ntwa photo ye ntwa inside ye mfa just say practices ebe breedy corruption and unko no implement
Tabane man and course aside no
Baumia time or the paperless buy say committee office here metimi a claim niema quick scanners wo she say scanners no kra no ompe still the old regime na see a baby container so na custom officer hey utala trade there e do so do ma me fo anka me pe hey e TV there hey and e TV there sanya ka mi yi wan ya enkaye into obe free adwuma mu obeba fie no agye niema bebrebe na ye dey policy bia aban we ede ban them so wa manani amre a
yep
public servants civil servants omu no.
I think that's a very good warning.
Ochira your press conference is about customs. A quine also Ghanaians are
undermining government. That's your point.
Yes. Ghanaians are ignorant about the laws of GRA or more operations in it. Say ya orient or no Ghana for no. They work around it. So to extort money. As an officer no class or china ultimately what I say because system not creating enabling environment to extort money to impede government processes. But OTA finance minister or say revenue losses on a bar temahaban or compare any sika ye de kwa bontezi e kofa niema ba enso enuru mu babia nti efan revenue no fa enti me de me hone me de ma yewra John Mahama eni se Nkoko Nkitinkiti o se die benyu so ma form na ye nsi form ama enipa no mindset te se de bra kan yan shasi anyi nipa ni biadi ama ehubi ama Ghana for mo unu se emra ya adwuma okromu ha afia ya ni babi akọ because obi adwen se osori kotra adwuma mu a e wo so otena otimi si estate e wo so otimi to 4x4 e wo so otimi eye niema akese ebrezo anye sa na abrabo no enye sa net
yeah exactly. And I'm now say a fair warning now Odiabano. Fair warning. I think that sums up everything. See, I think next week we'll do another discussion about it because this has been a very eye-opening discussion.
Okay, maybe 1 minute.
Prof.
ye wure champon ku eku no no ene obi ehun se eku no kwa wonu kwa ne leader one nkroma no man kwaje bosia but nkroma kra ko pay bi na nsanka a champon there because o kan say yentie no yenya no osom ye tiase ye boy homodin na sabi a sign about no say won so person ye memorial lectures ye hu say enema akon de fast no won sisi ene obi ka a champon achievement a utimin say enya de ketu akra no be ya ma o man no enti se ne kan moma ye ma amanfo ntisa mo adwene hu say oman be ye yi a ejina ye nyina so na wo wote haba wo biebie nkrofo ne ma so wiewia ne ma no na ofi say adi asundwe beba emfa ma oh enti no momi anti ase say oman yi ye yo no ye nyina krom ha ukoto nyam unam udidi wie na ato ayi twina bontene a wakra wo befere oh obi anya na dwuma kra no betimi aremande o so enti no ye nyina o say you come together na mo ade ba kono say sika de ma your politicians no or see a tiso by even 75% neka 25 wo mo nsam say na be next time omo ko elections a omo ko tiska boom 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 because o tie chansan say wunya ba untimi ntiuka then we get the right people to represent us so representation enya papa inti kakra ambeka no elections no yente so yente remuneration for politicians so yeah
Yo, Prof, I mean, no, I think you making the point about say on mine, leadership is very crucial because leadership no determine the policy. And another thing can say a great strategy no pan away. You know who say so far no, but the point still remains say planting for food and jobs. I was see who impact assessment. In Nkoko Nkitinkiti we also mutumi ma who the measuring indicators no before crowd policy ni roll it out. Edian na yedi susu dia ben yedi be susu no impact ben na wasi enya tag for me ehun say omo companies omo are ready to sit down with government and do business omo beton kokko no na omo dey so say ni other finished product akoton ma value abaso all pointing to the fact omo create jobs amamrantie ne maba waye which is the major reason why na yatna about 2 hours 3 hours here you can say see be create jobs amamrantie ne maba otumi aye because mahama okwa jobs ni be create mahama on fan konifie
oh David
we are Ghana for ebenya jobs na ye.
Nkoko Nkitinkiti
the leading exporter of vegetables in the world.
I'll send it to you.
Holland.
I'll send it to you.
About
yeah, and if you with your permission, as I catch you say, next year no program near Ghana Canada. Yes, we planning as a Africa Canada Agribusiness Summit, which year July next year.
Canada.
Yes, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan.
Nyame, please extend the invitation. Maryland for the Select US Investment Summit.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes.
I'll be there.
Yes, yes. Change the contact and let's Africa for program to come and see.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know people can't. When people come and see, sometimes it changes their thinking and it gets people to really rise up and
I mean, I'm I didn't met me. I joined proceedings online.
Oh yes, virtual as well.
Yeah.
So I'll
platform where solution-based platform.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Now, acquire politicians at the Ghana for Faso. Uyonko essentially acquire be omo Faso Kruma. The answer ebema yeru ajo mahama ni sesi form no. Chinese mall. Who are behind these malls? Are they Ghanaians or are they foreigners? You're making it now in terms of financial strengthening now. Is somebody thinking about it?
No.
To the president, to the Minister of Trade. But can it be So these things must be checked. But yeah, I want to focus because this anyway, it's something that I've thought about. Can you know Ghana before May DJ Kakamuhan Yakota say the China more for you?
It's too serious. It's too serious. In fact, I am calling on President Mahama. So also we gain Ghana for not indigenous people no. Yenja yedi wo krom hanom no. A preserve for them. These are the people you are ruling on. No one makwan. We want to know those who are behind this China more, whatever more. As I say, enkrasiye nyina yeko bie na okoka Ghana for bia omuye tribon koso. Say I moniema boarding and then fahin kosi into ose China more eba. Onyamia da Roma China more nemra sikano aya making gains e ose ka kromu ano. Omubesi sani nyina pie at the Minister of Trade. All the ministries who are seriously aligned with trading in the country. Someone mamu homene so na etwaso a munya indigenous person bia obetimi arise ewo krom ha.
Say Mr. Inaokan law or GIPC Act, no.
It is not working.
Yes, it's not being enforced. So we have to enforce
proposed law.
Yes.
Yediama Parliament. Omu by your office ya. And yedimo say munko shane ma. Na mumma ye jadifo no kwan ye timinfa awo ni bi court. What you say? Sabe ya court ebe she wo mu say krachi utimi ni dwa Ghana. We are not preventing trade.
Yes. But people are even now advocating more. People are doing big webinars on importation, you know, from China into Ghana. And people listen. But how are we also teaching, doing big advocacy about exports? Containers a fee approach Ghana. How many Ghana here then? Echo. China, no, the enemy they believe your data, no, more for data into what have been there.
Prof Ekansembi. Osi IK okutu e champon. Wanye bosia. Ghana gui. Ghana ngu. Eti adan ena sika kakra ye wono. Ye fan taking good initiatives. Na ye nyai ne tufi se abrofu na jimi. So mbemu aye Nkoko okromu ha. Na wa jai Nkoko furu no to. Aye di aduro ahye se nkrofo onwe enya cancer no. Ufis on Bepre.
Nope.
Do you think they will allow this?
No.
Yan shas yan yene kakra.
If we say it is huge. It is huge.
But still be ya woni bobo export no so mami biem. Bobo sa yen fe no and because nana papa say okay come on because I've been thinking about it. Over sprinters China mo nkwan tu na ho. Ashama, one of the biggest markets he has for Ghana, Ashama, because of population. China, Monty, say no. And you find to anemo.
A friend is a document. So, Udu cycle station. A dime be no mubu no musia, Wamudi abeyebi. Eti abai penny for no more say indigenous, you know, and you might influ almost. And economic gains, within the shortest possible time.
Yep.
Omube repatriate scanning your free chroma.
And then your CD will have issues.
And you know,
some of them are even buying the dollars.
Why you come back to square one?
Yep.
Banana because question, but my homework. Who is behind them? China more for no?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
yes, they work with
local people. And a church, yes, and a sikani kakromu ha, and kai hame. Na aya nukra so say, and ye Ghana for a church. No mom ye politicians in minim, and a ye Mugum because Chinese government or more than South African government AAB, and nothing on baby. ShopRite. Any Sanyama because so building industries in India, Diaka a marketing. How do I market this? Okay, a friend is Mr. Wang Beje, $20 million. Fako Ghana. Ukwa Todai Gugu si because omumra no yemre. Oh, omo shase wo Zongo Lane. And omo shase so omo to adan no abu. No my etino directly the government of China is behind this.
Definitely.
Making sure, say, at the end of the day, no, the retail chain, no, they've taken over it. Because Ghana, say, if they are able to establish very well, they can cover the whole Africa.
Yeah. Nana, mami na munyina mwasi. You better also nyampa.
Data no last.
Steven, just briefly.
Data no any top exporters of vegetables in the world. Number one, China. 2023, they did $10.55 billion. Netherlands, number two, they did $7.26 billion. Mexico, $6.68 billion. Spain, $6.52 billion. Canada, $4.83 billion. This is what they made.
Yeah, that's it. Almost exported a vegetable. Now you better now. Auntie Nana, yeah, maybe I support you 100 and a million % every day. So China more at me. I crusade the befa. A crusade the
Gensina atu forcing. Gensina atu forcing. And yanina a bit giragu because they will start repatriating the monies.
Yeah.
And you know, Chinese was
Niasanya appointment them next week. First our topic with you.
Anytime be our friend, me be a miss lately, do you know how they are repatriating their money? Vim, I mean, do you know how they are repatriating their money? They take the money to the neighboring countries.
Yep.
Omo fan Ghana bill. And it is a CFA. No assistant. What I say? No what you come.
Okay, no cost $100.
Yeah. Say onya dollar no so no obenya immigration officer, custom officer or corrupt. Na oma frontier man no dey appear through Togo. Na we twa flight ticket no e wo Togo. Eti on board the Ghana. Na Ghana customs action no. So no. And omudi scanning piesa. Omudi scanning piesa. Now we are to forcing. Now da wona. We gene Ghana ho. Say me hye Ghana sika semiye. Na mo ama kwan ama hoho abegu krom ha. Say wo mo nyi kromafo na adwuma. Na wo gi kromafo na adwuma firi wo nsam a. Sika no mo fi say beka ha. Politicians.
Yo.
Mo fi say sika na beka ha.
Yo. Nana. You better also nyampa next week. I mean, I was in fact, me I'm a lot of things. Auntie, here are Stephen Jessica or Yedas, Yakuponsha, Professor Kwabna Del Poyata, so your professor, Chad or Central State University, Ohio, America, and Traders Advocacy Group Ghana tag, or General Secretary Nanapuku, and so near 10 and can, in fact, and I'm also passionate about the all kind of say, yeah, I was here share mindful and Sunny Aquabon Tene, ain't to say, and crawl for Edija. Na bodua na Ghana for your mama ne papa no mo nsakwe ano ani se said my ejema China for starting with Malcolm Podio, most of them ye Ghana for so I Malcolm for na hu omo no any Lebanese for the farm ye Ghana for na ne ba Ghana nto ma ba be ye Ghanaians, so they are different from China boy they is deliberate to flood Ghana market with cheap products they we ento adwom for de no eno ne asema na pokwa ye word ho na we must you deal with that. So, enti abusa fancy anu say da mu nyina mo asese mo join ye Nyankopon ya adma next week. Ye be say share bi. In fact, this has been a big mind blow eye opener. Say China is the #1 leading producer exporter of vegetables. Na ye no one say na me. Africa country be any top 5 countries no. China na ye #1 exporter of vegetables. And then man say they boss my mind. This one, it just doesn't make sense. Say Yes, I say milk and President for milk and on a milk and honey. Yes, I say no. Africa for nke na was can top 5 in Vietnam, China. No more we abe flooding your market with a cheap product. Say they buy yen toy near ma. A great near good. Retail no so ya mama near papa no so ya China for so beseno. Omo country number 1 exporter of vegetables. Na ba never oko Amsterdam one. Corona Amsterdam Corona is below sea level. Omo ye number 2 exporter of vegetables. If we are not sick, then I don't know. You better ask me next week. Brase me that say Prof. Me that na poku Nkoko sham so mo sleep ama me why. Nkoko ya adoma next week. You better ask na just na dey just am compare paracetamol bi and Italian no bi no because this is just crazy. It's just crazy. Ebusa for me da mo nyina mo say good night. Good night.